disappointment. Now the vice president often tell me, since he got a seat as vice president, how many persons have I recommended in this government to serve in the government as presidential appointee? 0. Every appointment in Nima County was done by him. He and I would discuss something as a brother. To implement it, you will bypass me and do different things. I don't talk only.
Now you need to deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal? Why can't you allow the citizens to be? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you screw us. You screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask.
The good person in our whole United Party, that President Baka. You want to say that again? The only person that appreciate good among all the United Party for that President Baka. The rest are ungrateful. The right, they use you and dumb you. But President Baka, if all of them were taking the President Baka and behaving the President Baka, United Party will have another chance in 2029. Just for now, they do not regard people that help them. I'm not.
3 of our soldiers were executed on this party ground. 2 at the back and 1 right at the headquarters. The man who shot and killed our people today is a darling boy in the Liberia National Police. They brought him back to shoot more guns. Get ready to shoot. Because we challenge the status quo appropriately.
Inform them the violence or any student because of their action. It will be the day the entire Garguah administration will cut down. We will massively violate the students in this country and will shut down the Garguah administration. The day that happens, we have the capability to do so. And if they think this is the renovation project is a joke, let them try it. The fall of the Garguah administration begins with this. If they think they will temper on any student in this country or at the university like going and work away with impunity, while our children saving opponents and logic in the Western world, while we are subjected to actual poverty and bad living conditions here, and the thing will say. In
the first 100 days, no car will get stuck on the major road in this country. And I mean it.
You say you're alive?
It's going down. First floor. There you have it.
That led to decades of war still run deep. But so too does the longing for reconciliation. A reconciliation defined not by political bargaining or by an artificial balance of power by tribe, region, religion, or ethnicity, but by the equality of opportunity and a better future for all Liberians.
Boga can lie, the government, all the ministers in the government, they can lie. They don't put all hustle, they put a hustle, they lie. Everything they say, they never say the truth.
Today, the supporters of His Excellency Joseph Boakai presents him as a poor man from Lofa and asserts that he will understand the plight of the poor people. Fellow Liberians, do not be fooled. First President Boakai is not poor like you, not even as me. As Vice President, his office received more money from the government budget than any other Vice President has received in Liberia's history. He has enjoyed some of the best and most lucrative government jobs.
First of all, there's this, what I call sort of vicious lie about the fact that Mr. Pewee is gay or bring gay lifestyle to Liberia. It's complete bullshit. When people can accuse you of stealing people's money, when they can accuse you of being involved in the war, anything, people don't make up stuff. They don't make up shit. Excuse my language, right? So it's complete nonsense. I'm married, 8 Teresa, 2 children, 5 grandchildren. I believe in traditional family values, so it's complete bullshit, complete nonsense.
Jamaku! And you young man, vice president, young man that are vice president, the man just stole 500,000. I mean, Jeremiah, the man just went to, I forgot that Jeremiah, the man just went to Ghana, the fit, and the man bring it all company in the country. I mean, Kun, they can't reach himself. Kun, man, you know, Kun, but I want to sophisticated, quiet, hardcore rule in Labro. But Labro,
when 2029 come and pass, then you finally leave. Mission is completed. Now, what the rules of engagement? When the war ended, the guy said, the captain, the commander said, mission complete. There wounded out first. All men on board.
Everywhere there is no school, I will build school. And everywhere there is school and school in bad condition, I will renovate it. I told them, towns and villages, everywhere you will have lights in a town for children to play and people to see. I told them, every town will have safe drinking water.
If Charles Taylor is the problem, he will be out of here in the twinkle of an eye. And I say, let well-meaning Liberians come home. If we respect this constitution, a government formed in Accra is a violation of Article 1 of the Constitution. Let them come home. Let that government be formed in Monrovia.
The government that capital road, small road, B road, all kinds of dollars. I think the reason Joseph Baka will not do much because the old man, the papa is suffering. The papa loves the country, but he can't make it. The criminal there around him, they sophisticated than him. They are sophisticated criminals, so they can't make it.
Your league Costa, God know how to pay people. It's just simple. Costa that accused everybody here but himself. Everybody, Joe, we join, we accuse Joe, he killed Joseph Baka. Baka still living. Joe, no, you leave better. He named me senator. He almost made Joseph Baka president until he screwed up. We gave God the glory. Yeah. Well, Baka, when he screwed, he said, oh, we don't want to make sure we fought for him to be reconciled with the president. And then the people who fought for him. Look, your league Costa, you will come. And Costa on a podcast, he said, they don't been calling me. Okay. The time you were calling me for me to carry the president, Baka, did I put it on radio? That immaturity to do what you're talking about.
And I
no, son,
guarantee you, when we finish, there will not be a winner or the loser. Today we all wear the jersey of Liberia, and the victory belongs to the people, to the peace, and to our democracy. As we begin to build upon the foundation of this new Liberia, I, George Seleke Kromah, the new president, will first give thanks and praises to the Almighty God for the blessing He has bestowed upon our country. And I say, my people, thank you,
We elected on 85 irresponsible men what happened to our country. We elected on 85 irresponsible men to govern this country, not to be very irresponsible.
Thank you very much. Thank you, our technical team. It's a little glitch here, but it's all right, guys. You are in Liberia. When it's raining, you got all kinds of problems in that country. Well, thank you for tuning in. Today is Tuesday, the 9th of the month of June. We are in the middle of the year, June 9th, 2026. My name is Jerome Gayman. I'm your host. And we are going to be discussing Liberia. In the Liberian parlance, we say, what catches your heart? Whatever catches your heart, put it in our comment section. We want to say thank you to our listeners, our friends. 96.1 Truth FM. I like the name, Truth FM. They didn't say Lie FM or Gossip FM or Hearsay FM. It's a Truth FM. So what you are going to be hearing from us has to be the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. It is even printed in our preamble, or may I say our oath. When you have been sworn in, you have to swear. And at the end, you say, so help me God. That means you are telling the truth and nothing but the truth. Well, if I'm here, that's what's going to happen. The platform is a platform of integrity. Great men and women of integrity. Whenever it is their opinion, they will tell you it is their opinion. When it is carried in the newspaper, we will cite the newspaper, we will cite the article, date, and time. That's what it is. If it is a story attributed to someone, we will say it is attributed to X, Y, Z. That's what responsible platforms do. The Republic of Liberia is on my mind. There are a few videos making the rounds on the platforms here and social media. We're going to be discussing those and then the topics. There are two particular videos that I think we should listen to if we have time. One is from the leader or the director of the LDEA. The director says that one of the problems we have in this country, Liberia, is that the police officers get drunk. Liberian LMP, they are drunkards. He says every time they get a few dollars, they go to the liquor store or to the liquor shop and they just drink. He said the death in the Liberian police was attributed to so much drinking. He didn't even stop there. He said the brutality that is meted against the Irish citizens in Liberia are done under the influence. He attributed police brutality to drunkenness. The boss himself, Mr. Biago, he said that's why they are brutalizing citizens, because they are always drunk. Every time they get $5 here, they hustle to get money. The first place they go is to the liquor store. Go get drunk. He attributed the mismanagement, the behavior of the Liberian National Police on drunkenness. But when you look at the police cars in Liberia, I know it's also borrowed. It said to protect and serve. The LGEA boss is saying, how can you protect and serve when you are drunk? When we have time, we are going to play the video. You have seen it a million times. We're going to play it so you can hear it. He says the recklessness, the unprofessionalism, the brutality of the Liberian police meted against the Liberian citizens, the poor, the helpless, and the powerless, is attributed directly to drunkenness. That's all they do, drink. Every dime, every $5 they have, they go and get drunk. And when they get drunk, they take it out on the regular people. This is the LGEA's perception of the Liberian National Police. Does he have a point? Or should we say, some would say, the brutality and the misconduct of the police, it is due to frustration, police underpaid, police under-equipped, police not being paid on time, police themselves being abused by the regular citizens of the country. That's the both sides of the argument. He is saying, based on his professional experience with the Liberia National Police, they are always drunk. Not all of them, but most of them are always drunk. This attributed to death within themselves, among themselves, and the brutality that is meted against the full, some resulting into death. This is the professional boss of another professional organization or another professional entity describing the behaviors of another professional entity. He might have had it to his wit's end to say something that bold. Then there was another video this morning of the Honorable Melvin Cole sitting in plenary all by himself, waiting on his colleague, and he turned the camera around to show the whole world that he was the lone congressman in plenary. He said, as a man of principle, he shows up early. He shows up on time. And he's tired just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. People come 2-3 hours late to plenary. Sometimes they don't show. He said, no call, no show, no excuses. So he was putting the plenary on full blast. He says the performance of the speaker is so bad he needs to be overthrown. He needs to lose his job. He said, and he gave them 10 additional 30 more minutes of grace period. If they didn't show up, he will lock the doors of Congress and no one is going to open the door for the House of Representatives. He was tired, basically, of people being paid for doing absolutely nothing. At the time he was speaking, when they get a panoramic view of the legislature, all the seats were empty. The reporter asked him, he said, usually plenary should go from 12 to whatever. Honorable Cole quoted the standing rules as to when section should begin. And if there's additional time needed, yes, a motion can be made to be extended. That is the parliamentary procedure as far as Cole is concerned. Then he went further. He said, if the speaker, the deputy speaker, and the rest of the guys are not here, the House should communicate with the final ministry that these people should not be paid if they do not attend sections. After the video went viral, people showed up. And the House gang up on Mr. Cole, Honorable Cole. They are beginning to threaten him with suspension, if possible, expulsion from the House. And the reason for his suspension is not because he spoke out, but they say he sat in the seat of the speaker. They did not address the complaint. They did not address the reason that they didn't show up. But they say he will be suspended for sitting in their chair. Liberia, let them be regular folks say, why make us like this? What is this country's problem? 204 years. This July 26. 204 years. From 1822 to 1922 was 100 years. From 1922 to 2022, 200 years. From 2022 to to 2026, additional 4 years, you add it all up, we are 204 years old. Some they want to choose July 26, 1847, that's your business. I say your age begins at birth. Or I can even go back and say your date of birth begins in your mother's womb from the date of inception. So if the gestation period takes 9 months, you have to add 9 months to your birthday. Liberia was birthed 1822. For 204 years, you want to know what was the return on this particular investment? The answer lies in the House of Representatives. See how they carry themselves. It lies in the House of Senate. See how they behave. Forget about the executive. That's the Liberian Republic. We went over the boards of the LDEA by saying that's all the Liberian police, the police department does is drink. They get drunk and they get abusive. When they get abusive, they brutalize the regular people. And on top of that, most of them die. And most of the death is attributed to bad living standard. They drink a lot. They get drunk. They go hustle. They squeeze money from other people. You see, the next place they go is to the bar or the liquor store to go buy liquor. Another controversy shaping in Liberia is over abortion. You know, everything that happens in America, we want to replicate it, usually not a good one. The Interreligious Council of Liberia reverses itself today. The Interreligious Council of Liberia wanted to, and they have endorsed abortion in the Republic of Liberia. Thank God the Catholic Church stood their ground and said, over my dead body, it is not going to happen. That's why we are called the Religious Council. And all of a sudden, they reversed themselves. Bunch of cowards. Thank you to the Catholic Church. Our population in the sub-region is the smallest. 204 years, I just said, our population is yet to reach 6 million. Some of that can be attributed to abortion in Liberia. The Interreligious Council, the Council of Churches, and the Islam, Muslim Council, and all of these people got together. They wanted to do it. And finally, somebody with guts, the Catholic Church said, no, no, no. We will fight tooth and nail. It's not going to happen. And all of a sudden, Interreligious council reverses itself on making abortion available on demand. Nope, 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 nope. It shouldn't be, never has been legally, and never will it be legally in the Republic of Liberia that abortion should be on demand. Chris Jabla, D3 Radio, FM TV, Joazon, Electoral District number 3, Sano County. Emmett Harmon, following live from K-City. Ezekiel Sharif. Ezekiel said, you are so right. But Ezekiel is watching from Dawson. And obviously, the legendary Emmanuel Bro is a good evening. The closing argument panelists, my fellow viewers. As always, I'm watching from Minneapolis, Minnesota on this Tuesday, June the 9th, 2026. Our folks in Minnesota, you got your representative here in full swing. Salute. To my friends in my old hometown of New York, last night was not a great night. I felt good about the game, the New York Knicks and the San Antonio Spurs. What a game. New York lost by 4 points, but a great game it was. New York City and Madison Square Garden was on fire. I thought there was going to be an earthquake. New Yorkers were riled up. Young and old. Politicians, athletes, civil servant, YouTubers, Hollywood. Everybody was at a garden. Madison Square Garden. Good evening to the closing argument family. I'm watching you from Upper Caldwell, Samuka Town Road. Samuka Town. Thank you very much to all of our friends in Upper Caldwell. I did some investment, I thought I don't know the difference between Dixville and Caldwell. I don't know where Dixville ends and where Caldwell begins, or where Caldwell ends and where Dixville begins. But I did some investment there, and as the guy was taking me there, the first guy told me, say, it was in Caldwell, right over the Stockton Creek. And then another guy said, no, this is Dixville. So now they got me confused. I have to go and look back on the deed and see whether it said Dixville or Caldwell. Or am I straddling both towns or both cities? Is my left foot in Dixville and my right foot in in Caldwell? For those of you who are Monroe people, you know the difference. I done. Never lived, never grew up in Monrovia, visited and still do visit. So I could not tell Dixville from from Caldwell. But I did some investment there. So New York was on fire last night. Boy, I tell you, I said you would do better staying home and watching the game in the comfort of your home or with few friends. But the Gardens was nowhere to be last night. I was afraid there might have been some stampede. So the series now is 2-1. New York is up by 2. San Antonio Spurs are down by 1. 2-1. Game number 4 is tomorrow at the Madison Square Garden. It's going to be a do or die tomorrow. If the Spurs win tomorrow, they're going to have home court advantage back and the momentum going back home. I would think then New York will be in trouble. But as it stands and what I saw, New York has no reason to fear. I think this is their time. They're going to reap what they have sowed. They have worked hard enough, and I think Jalen Brunson is going to bring it home. Talking about sports before we go into our headlights, our headlines and our headlights and whatever. The Liberian Lone Stars from an abasement performing a few days ago against Sierra Leone roll back today like the roaring lions of Israel and destroy the Leon Stars of Sierra Leone 3-1. The Lone Star destroyed Sierra Leone 3-1 today. That's great news. The World Cup hosted by the United States, Canada, and Mexico is ruffling some feathers. One of Africa's best referees from Somalia was denied entry into the United States. He came into my home airport right here, Miami International Airport. And they told him, you are from Somalia? You travel from Somalia to Turkey? From Turkey to Miami? Nope. Look too suspicious, too close to comfort. You have to go back. They put him right back on the plane and sent him back to Turkey. Whether he's going to call the games in Mexico and Canada, that's a whole different story. But the itinerary in the United States all have been penned in. Wherever his names were, they have taken out his name and they have put in his replacement. The player from Switzerland, whose birthplace is Cameroon, also had issue with his visa, but he got his visa and he will join the team today, we heard. The entire staff of the Iranian national team were denied visa into the United States. The team and their coaches and their staff. They appeal. Some are saying you can spend your night in Mexico or in Canada, fly to the United States for your game, and then go back to bed. That is the status of the World Cup. The World Cup starts Thursday the 11th, 2 days from now. 2 days from now, in the comment section, let us know who do you think is your favorite to win the World Cup? Yvonne, my favorite lady. Thank you very much. I'm well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, that's why it's good to have some sisters, some good friends in cyberspace. Believe it or not, all these thousands of people that we communicate with never met, don't know. They would, if they saw me in the street, they wouldn't even know me. All the beautiful ladies on here. See, she's rooting for Team USA. If you watch this young team from the United States, they are cute little boys. They are physically fit. They are all young, and they are learning. But they got some grits. They got some determination. They are well coached. I expect them to get out of the first round, and once they get out of the first round, the second round is anybody's game. Go USA. Timmy Weah. Yes, Tim Weah is on that team. Pelosi is on that team. We have some great young folks on that team. If you went to New York, if you go to Times Square, the face of Timothy Weah is done on most of the largest buildings in Town Square. That's how good the young man is, how lucky he is, and how famous. And we want to take our hat off to the parents of Tim Weah for raising a young man who is holding his own. No scandal. Nothing of that kind. Keeping the family name intact. President Weah and First Lady Clyde Weah, thank you very much for raising a young man, a good young man. He's representing the name very, very well. And so are the other young men on the team who are living the dream, their best lives. To be playing on the biggest stage of them all, the World Cup, to be held in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. By the way, I heard the finals is going to be at the Giant Stadium, East Rutherford, New Jersey, my neck of the woods, in the swamp. Giant Stadium. So let's go to the headlines of the Liberia. President Waka relieved Ambassador Sheikh Mustafa Kouyaté of duties. You see, Kouyaté is a loser. When you stand for nothing, this is what happens to you. When you vacillate, when you are all over the place, if you believe in something, you should be willing to die for it if need be. But you cannot be for something today, and then when it's not convenient, excuse me, when it's not convenient, then you want to duck. You cannot be a hero and an activist when it's convenient. Sheikh Kouyaté would have looked and walked like a hero had he gone and said, I will not apologize, because I have done nothing wrong and everything I have said is being backed up by facts. And if he had gone and laid out the facts, beginning with Senator Vanny Sherman, that the internationally renowned global witness indicted Vanny Sherman and corruption King Kong, Alex Tyler, former Speaker and Senator out of Bummy County. I would have laid out all the State Department reports dating back to early time. I would have used the State Department's own grading. I would have cited the Liberian own Auditor General. I would have cited the report that 66 out of 68 concession agreement with anti-Liberia and bogus. Instead, he decided to go and appear before the House and say, I was told by the president for me to come here and apologize. Joseph Walker runs the Senate, runs the lower house, runs the judiciary, runs the executive, runs the concessions, runs the police, runs the Zogos, runs the murderers, run everything. If President Walker or the Liberian presidency sentences you to death, you are done. Kouyaté never did his homework. Kouyaté did not make an argument based on conviction. Kouyaté's appearance before the House of Representatives, his body language, his speech showed that he was a man that was conflicted. He reminds me of John Kerry in these United States. He said, I voted for it before I voted against it. That's Sheikh Kouyaté. He condemned them before he praised them again, then he condemned them. So the owner of the House of Representatives, Dr. Joseph Yuma Boakai Sr., decided that you, Sheikh You are a man of no character, no conviction, no principle, and the President Trump used to say, you are fired. You are not fired because of what you said. You are fired because of who you are. You are wishy-washy. You are spineless. When our other panelists come on at the hours of 6, between 6 and 6:30, we will discuss most of these. At 7 o'clock, we will go to the phone line. We want to hear from you. We want to hear what you got to say, what contribution you want to make on this particular subject. There are too many to talk about. You can choose. I am setting a buffet. When you come to the platform, you are coming to a buffet. You can choose to talk about the LDEA's comment. That the Liberian police, the Liberian National Police, they are nothing but drunkards. They get drunk and they beat citizens, they brutalize citizens. They even kill people at times. He says because they are drunk. Every time they squeeze $5 out of the poor driver, they go straight to the liquor store and start drinking. He said they indulge so much that most of them die from careless behaviors, emanating from getting drunk. We'll show you the tape. Then we went to the LDEA said they were drunk. Then Melvin Cole went into the House of Representatives, into the chamber, and he sat in the presiding chair and showed the panoramic view of the House of Representatives. There were nobody there. They were all late. Nobody, not one, but Melvin Cole. He shamed them. They were coming from everywhere, running like cockroaches seeing light. To save face, they shamelessly threatened Honorable Marvin Cole, not because of what he said or what he did, because they know he was right. They cannot challenge him on what he was saying. So they say now they are going to suspend him, if possible, expel him because he sat in the wrong chair. That's what they said. I didn't say that. They said they will suspend him because he sat in the wrong chair. It said Marvin Cole violated the rules, sitting in the chair where he shouldn't sit. They never addressed his allegation. They couldn't say you lied, we were here, because they had a panoramic view of the house over and over. Nobody was there but Marvin Cole and the press. Then on the other hand, the Liberian Drug Enforcement Agency discloses the seizure of large quantity of drug valued at $19 million US. Of all places, at the Rabat International Airport. $19 million drugs at the RIA. $19 million. Who would be brave enough to bring $19 million through the airport? Joanne says, she says, good evening, TC. I'm watching from Brewerville. Brewerville. I love that town. I keep saying it. If you're in Brewerville and you go to church Sunday, go to Jesus Chapel AME Church. Jesus on the Rock. Go to church on Sunday. Make an impact in your community. Brewerville is full of churches. You can just close your eye, you will bump into one. But my choice of church is Jesus Chapel AME Church in Brewerville. Joe Wallakanda, he says, good evening, TCA and all. Thank you very much for tuning in. You guys are tuning in from everywhere, from South Korea to the Middle East, Ghana, Sierra Leone. I have not seen anybody from Guinea yet. I know you guys be watching TV in Guinea. Send us a shout out from Guinea. What part of Guinea you tuning in from? So I can work on my Guinea geography. Pull out a map and see where you're calling in from. A few days ago, we were making fun of the Lone Star. Some people in the comment section were calling it the lose star because they lose so many games. But at least they have begun to make the new coach proud. He's now 1-1. He is 1-1. You got to be honest, though, for what I saw. The Lone Star is doing very well. I saw the play. They are well composed. They are not in a hurry. Some people would prefer that the speed up the game a little bit, but their passes were crisp. They were disciplined. Joanne, you have a church, I understand. Visit Jesus Chapel. Tell them I sent you, and they will give you cupcake. They do big sale on Sundays. Go there, tell them, Mr. Gayman said I should come, they'll give you cupcake. The AME church, they don't stay too long in church. If you're there, hour and a half is too long. Maximum 2 hours on first Sundays. They don't stay long in church. So Liberia, I saw the game, and most people were upset because we lost the first game to Sierra Leone, but I saw the team. I saw the composure. I saw the structure. I saw the discipline. I was very, very optimistic, and today I have been vindicated. They came back and beat Sierra Leone 3-1. We are getting there. We are not there yet, but I think I like the new approach from this new coach. We need to work with him, give him time to play his magic. Hopefully the players work with him by being professional, staying away, stay within the curfew that is given you. Stay within your curfew. Respect the game. Respect your coach. Respect the name and the badge on your shoulder called the Liberian flag. Respect the flag. When you are out there, remember you are representing an entire nation. A proud people. Do your best. Go, Lone Star. Congratulations. The Liberian Senate has confirmed Honorable Weedall to be the next National Elections Commission chair. This is what I was saying. Today, we are inviting you to a buffet. Honorable Weedall has been formally confirmed by the Senate. He is now in charge of elections in the Republic of Liberia. Most of us balked when Weedall was nominated to lead that department. But in Liberia, the president gets what the president wants. Mr. Weedall's behavior in other Western countries with disbar him. Mr. Weedall is now going to be in charge of who wins and who loses an election in Liberia. Yes, Mr. Weedall. My friend and brother Seleke Gongloe, he said these lazy and weak opposition are already crying from their defeat in 2029. They know they cannot win Joseph Boakai in any elections. That has to be an AI. Could not be Seleke Gongloe. Say did have to, maybe not an AI. Because the AI would have known that Joseph Boakai lost the election in 2017. So that statement is not true. Seleke Gongloe. Seleke Gongloe. Seleke Gongloe, you are wrong. But Mr. Weedall, Honorable Weedall, is now chair of our Elections Commission in the Republic of Liberia. If Myean is available, I would say cue the video from the LGEA and let's hear what he has to say. This is another professional entity discussing her sister entity. The LGEA and the police department, they are all part of the joint security. They are sisters. Instead, Mr. Biago said the National Police of Liberia does nothing but get drunk. And he attributes most of the bad behavior in the Liberian National Police, he attributes them to drunkenness. To drunkenness. They are drunkards, he says. Even when they go hustle, he says, whatever little money they get, they are going to the nearest bar to drink. I'm going to play it here. Listen keenly. Because I told you every time that we gave you a story, we have to authenticate it. It is not sensationalism, it is factual. Listen.
You know, say when I raised that fellow, that was poor. Someone came by and said, a lot of police were drinking too much. The death in the police is caused by drunkenness. Most of them caused by drunkenness. The police will drink too much. As soon as they get public, get fired, I go in the cop shop. And now people, law enforcement as a whole, we think. I can see my bigger boy, they say one shop. Well, when the other one coming by, see them, and they say to the shop, bringing liquor. So, brother, say, when myself will sit down, with this here, bro, and of course, a lot of people die. You know, say, when I raised that fellow, that was poor. Someone came by and said, a lot of people drinking too much. The death in the police is caused by drunkenness. Most of them caused by drunkenness. The police will drink too much. As soon as they get public, get fired, I go in the cop shop. And now people, law enforcement as a whole, we think. I can see my bigger boy, they say one shop. Well, when the other one coming by, see them, and they say to the shop, bringing liquor. So, brother, say, when myself will sit down, with this here, bro, and of course, a lot of police will die. You know, say, when I raised that fellow, that was poor. Someone came by and said, a lot of police were drinking too much. The death in the police is caused by drunkenness. Most of it caused by drunkenness. The police will drink too much. As soon as they get public, get fired, I go in the cop shop. And now people, law enforcement as a whole, we think. I can see my bigger boy, they say one shop. My friend, the other one coming by, see them, and they say to the shop, bringing the car. So, brother, say, when myself will sit down with this here, bro, and of course, a lot of police will die. You know, say, when I raised that fellow, that was poor. Someone came by and said, a lot of police were drinking too much. The death in the police is caused by drunkenness. Most of them caused by drunkenness. The police will drink too much. As soon as they get public, get fired, I go in the cop shop. And now people, law enforcement as a whole, we think. I can see my bigger boy, they say one shop. Well, when the other one coming by, see them, and they say to the shop, bringing liquor.
The Liberian National Police, law enforcement, you drink too much liquor. Soon you get few dollars, $5, you go into the liquor store, you sit there. He said, when I'm going to work, I see them. Most of the death in the police is because they drink too much. They drink too much. I think Gregory O. Coleman needs to summon his colleague. The chief architect one of the chief architects of the National Security Agency is saying the Liberia National Police brutality against the people is attributed to drunkenness. They drink too much. When you are going to work, you will see the police officers getting drunk in the uniform with their full regalia on, with the flag of Liberia on their shoulders. That's what he is saying. This is not gossip. This is not AI. This is not from opposition. This is from a professional man that says his men and women are unprofessional. And most of the bad behavior you see, he attributes them to drunkenness. And he went further. He said the way you see death in the Liberia National Police or in law enforcement is the recklessness with which they live their lives. They are dying prematurely. That is Honorable Biago. So it is not sensationalism. Let's go to another video. This one comes from the House of Representatives.
Thank you very much, the press. You can see that there's something. Look at so empty chairs. Where are the lawmakers? Where are the lawmakers? No excuses, no reasons why they should not be to work at this time. It's 12 minutes after 10 o'clock. I mean, this is horrific. This is very, very terrible. I'm hoping that the government and the president can take note of it. The people not coming to work will be sent a message to the Minister of Finance and our Controller General here to cut the salary of the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker and all members of the leadership. Thank you very much. This is what I get up to make very clear. We're giving them up to 10:30 additional time. After 10:30, they are not here. All the door will be shut, and no matter what we do for them, and we'll come back and bring people business. Thank you.
Hello, Paul. My name is Tracy Osborne. I report for Cable on our television. It's been said, according to your rules, that session starts from 10 to the time. If session do not start from 10, it starts 12. Today you are here making this remark. Why you tell me?
No. Session starts at 10 o'clock. That is what our rules say. It's clear. So go and read the rules. 10 o'clock is our session time. When the instructor in the class tells you that the classes will begin at 10 a.m., you can say I'll go there 11 a.m. Even if the classes in an institution start from 10 o'clock up to 5 o'clock. The instructors determine the time, and the instructor in this case is the rules. The rules say we should be at 10 o'clock. The rules did not say we should come here at 1 o'clock. And we sit here up to 2 p.m. 2 p.m. without an extension. Motion for extension, then we extend. Maybe we're going to be here up to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock. That is our rules. It's clear. So at this point in time, my lawmakers who are taking fabulous salaries will be no excuses and nothing there. I mean, I'm wondering what is happening. So I'm calling on Richard Kuhn. He should be to work at this point in time.
You always hear early, and these are not being a caveat saying to or on the speaker. Is it because of what was said the last time by the speaker as relates to salary deduction?
It is the doctrine of the speaker himself. Our rules clear. And I must commend the speaker for the courage to have reminded us about the rules that we need to be to work. And he was 100% right. But that doctrine says he who preaches will become cleanest. So you are talking about equitability and to be prompt in terms of the time to come to work. You know, I'm one of the longest since the 54. I'm always here 7 o'clock once I came to Rufia. I'm always here 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. It's not because I was chair on the democratic and legally rules and administration. But I'm always here because I love to do the job that people are elected to do. So that's why I'm here at this time. Well, for the speaker to have said what he said to the public, to make the public believe that the police are not coming to work and the speaker is not here, it baffles me. So I remind the speaker, that means we cannot be in your comfortable bed and there's no excuse excuses from any of the police why they are not here. I think it's wrong. All of us should respect the rules of this house. Thank you very much. Up to 10:30 is the grace time I'm giving them. If the speaker is not here at 10:30, it means that the chambers will be shut by me, and none of them will enter this thing, and then there will be no session until Thursday, at which time we'll be expecting all of them to be at 10 o'clock. Thank you.
Thank you, also.
It means that we will be going through today and we don't have to work on time. But I'm deciding here that I'm going to talk with them. Thank you very much for the press. And you see that there's something. Okay. So empty chairs. Where are the lawmakers? Where are the lawmakers? No excuses. No reasons why they should not be to work at this time. It's 12 minutes after 10 o'clock. I mean, this is horrific. This is very, very terrible. I'm hoping that the government and the president can take note of it. The people that come to work will be sent a message to the Ministry of Finance and our Controller General here to cut the salary of the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker and all members of the leadership. Thank you very much. This is what I get up to be very clear. We're giving them up to 10:30 additional time. After 10:30, we are not here. All the door will be shut, and no one will really go for them. And we'll come back to that very people business. Thank you.
Hello, Paul. My name is Sylvester Pewee. I report for Kehleboe Gongloe television. It's been said, according to your rules, that session starts from 10 to the time. If session do not start from 10, it starts 12. Today you are here making this remark. Why you say
No. Session starts at 10 o'clock. That is what our rules say. It's fair. So go and read the rules. 10 o'clock is our session time. When the instructor in the class tells you that the classes will begin at 10 a.m., you can say I'll put it at 11 a.m. Even if the classes in an institution start from 10 o'clock up to 5 o'clock, the instructors determine the time. And the instructor in this case is the rules. The rules say we should be at 10 o'clock. The rules did not say we should come here at 1 o'clock. And we sit here up to 2 p.m. 2 p.m. without an extension. Motion for extension, then we extend. Maybe we're going to be here up to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock. That is our rules. It's good.
Excellent. You listened to 2 videos. Usually we cue these videos to be played, but the young men on the ground, they are following the breaking news, which is what they're supposed to do, to bring you up to speed. But yes, when this video comes, usually we cue them and then we share it with you. But these are the 2 trending videos that I wanted you to listen to. In Liberia, usually when men and women are wrong, instead of just apologizing and moving on, they try to do something the Southeastern call fidija, tabata. The House of Rep, the video went viral, and all of a sudden, they all running to section. When they got to section today, instead of addressing why they were not in section on time, and if Honorable Marvin Cole they didn't do this, they wouldn't have shown up anyway. Instead of addressing the core issues of why he was talking, they decided to flip the script. They form a committee and they try to indict Honorable Cole, and they are threatening to suspend him, if possible, remove him or expel him from the House. But guess what? The crime for which they are trying to convict, suspend, and if possible, expel Marvin Cole had nothing to do with what he said. None of his accusations were addressed. Instead, he was indicted on sitting in the wrong seat. The communication from the House says that Honorable Melvin Cole will be suspended or expelled because he had no right to sit in the seat where he was sitting. They didn't say he lied on them. They didn't say he was derogatory. They didn't say he brought a house to disrepute. Those terminology that they always use. Today, none was heard. Instead, they want to indict him, or they have indicted him on the violation of the House rule by sitting in the wrong chair. This is the Liberia we are talking about. This is the Liberia. The folks will say we are getting there. You're getting where? You are getting where? Ladies and gentlemen, share the show. Send in your comments. I am reading what you are saying. I'm reading where you are tuning in from. Somebody say, good evening from my end, Mr. Gayman. I am watching from a Point 4 Junction resident in Monrovia. Point 4 is in the house. Eleanor Davis said, I am tuning in from the great ATL, the nation's African-American capital, Atlanta, Georgia, home of Dr. Martin Luther King, home of the Great Morehouse. Is that rule? Yes, they said the Honorable Cole broke the rule. They know there's a cardinal rule in the house. Do not speak evil of any member of the fraternity and sorority called the House of Representatives. Is that rule code broke on paper, or did they come up with it out of thin air? If the latter, then court should be able to squash the alleged violation. County 63 PK joined from the UK as usual. Thank you very much from across the pond. When you see this happening, there's fire in the hole. When you see Sarah Dopoh, then fire is in the hole. It's going to rain brimstone. It's going to be rough. If you are getting your daughter or your son is getting married in Liberia and dating, go and talk to Johnny, because some combinations are rough. This woman, there's a Val or Cape Martini and a River G. Cape Man and River G got together and they had a baby girl, and the girl is rough. She didn't go from Cape Mount to Bombay. She jumped over Bombay, Monserrato, Basso, all the way to River G. Now that's what you get. That's why everywhere she go, they run here. When Sarah Dopoh show up, they run.
But you know, Gayman is a very good blend, from the west to the east.
That's
very
right.
good blend. Very good blend, you know. And that's why she, besides her being hot, she besides you know, she being, you know, very very fluent. You know, I won't say anything bad, because she's just up to the start. And the lady is a lady of quality. So to see Cape Mount Va, a very good ethnic group of Liberia, blending with the group from the southeast, from River G, the Grebo, I'm sure her Grebo is a girl near the Rogo Border, very deep Grebo. Deep Grebo, hard to understand. Sound a cry, sound a Grebo. I know that where she come from, and not easy. So you will know who you're dealing with right away when you see Sarah to go on the show.
Absolutely. Let me welcome Sarah Dopoh. Sarah Dopoh, that's my queen now. That's my queen. And I'm a little bit west of River G. You know, you go a few counties to the west, Grand Bassa. So sometimes they say, you know, Grand Bassa, where are you guys, southeast, or who are you guys? You know, we member the choir group, so we say, yeah, we are member of the southeast, but we are actually central South Liberia. We're right in the middle. So that's why Liberian people, the Bassa people, they can go to Nima, they can go to Bombay.
All I think talking when I go Liberia, they say, show me Roger, I know it. So just leave me alone.
You will know, don't worry. Just ask anybody, they will take you to swear to you, don't River G. But let me welcome Sarah. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mr. Gayman. Thank you, Johnny, for coming on. Thanks to everyone in the comment section. I know everybody all fired up down there in the comment section. But yeah, thank you for the show. We are here. We, you know, listening to to what's going on in our country. And I saw that clip you're talking about what he need, Honorable Cole, when he was announcing that these guys don't go to work on time, but they get all the BB pay.
They don't go to work at all sometimes, he says.
They don't go. Yeah, and
no,
they get all
the
they get all the big bucks. I love that for you, my brother. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Gayman.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I want to go all the way up to the north. You see, I'm from the southeast now, going all the way to the north to welcome the most. When he's in the south, they call him the Bodio. When he's in the north, I don't know what they call him, but I think he might be the Koluba.
Come here on so I can show my face.
Yeah, but whatever it is, he knows his stuff. Welcome, Johnny.
Yeah, man. Thank you, Mr. Gayman. I was driving home and following you on the radio, Truth FM 96.1. I want to congratulate True FM guys. They're doing well to keep this show on. And, you know, if I didn't know that today was Lone Star game, so I got a little bit of traffic around the SKD complex. But it was good, you know. And Sarah, my sister, thank you. Don't worry, Sarah, you from River G. You know the road there. Don't tell me you know the road. You know the road. That one way. You come here, you pass through Monrovia, you go to Buchanan, you go to Riverside, you hit Greenville, you take a road left, you go straight River G. You decide
I
to go
know,
through
right?
Niba County, you through Niba when you get to Ganta, when you take River Ganta, no turning left and right, you go straight to River G, so you know River G. Don't have your head.
Okay. Yeah.
So what was River G before? It was that Southern territory, or was that?
No. River G before was part of Grand G there.
Great there, Pala Great there.
Okay.
Yeah, Grand G there.
So the cut piece of
They
Grand G.
get removed the entire growth section of Grand G there and make it River G.
Yeah. Listen, guys, you see, this is what I tell you guys to always tune into this show. You learn something every day. You learned today that Sarah had never left Monrovia.
I ain't see trouble.
You don't even know. Beside the airport, from the airport to Monrovia back to the airport, that's all she knows. She knows nothing else. I don't even think she better to Buchanan.
I've been to Cape Mount. I've been there. I was there during the war. I was stationed in a town called Koboya. If anybody listening who is a wild woman will know that town called Koboya, that's where we were during the war. Most of the time we spent it there during the war. I was
You were stationed there? You were...
Yes. Yes, we're in Koboya during the war. Well, most of the time we're in Monrovia and then we walk from Monrovia all the way to Cape Mount.
But you say you were stationed there. Chartered station you there?
Hey, Mr. Gayman, what you mean? I was stationed me there. You know what happened during the war? People were running helter-skelter, and that's where we found our refuge because our aunt, our aunt told us to go there and be there with her. My aunt is still in that town. She's still there.
Wow. You see sometimes, sometimes hard time can make you to do something you don't want to do. You see? She never left Monrovia. The charter ran her all the time, and she's stationed over there. Johnny, you see how these things can work? Or your whole time you didn't go there. If charter had run you down south, she would be in River G. But she walked from Monrovia to Cape Mount. But listen, we had to make fun of some of these things because when those of us who were not there, for those of you who survived that thing they call that Civil War, I have to salute. It was not easy. If you didn't have relatives in the States that have money to help you, then my Eddie say, you are on your own. But yes, for those of you who made it through, kept our country afloat, and you didn't lose your sanity, you didn't lose your mind, it is by his grace. Let me say hi to Jai Eddie, my homeboy from the Weed District in Grand Bassa County. Thank you very much. He said, we visited in St. Challenging time. Yeah, but listen, Eddie, we got to keep saying it. It doesn't matter. Something has to change. And we have to collectively talk about some of the ills of our society. Don't worry what the politicians say about you. Instead, address the issue. We need electricity. We need jobs for the young people. There's no reason that the top 1% of the nation takes 80% of the budget. When I look at the budget and saw what was attributed budgeted for the county, Grand Bassa County was like $200,000. Can you imagine? $200,000 cannot even sweep one street for a year.
That money is way less than the people cabinet meeting money.
Listen, the Speaker of the House has $500,000 in his budget for entertainment.
Jesus.
Oh, you know that I was at Sarah?
I didn't know.
No, Sarah, but money back here, he make it known to you. He said it over and over. He said the budget, because when the budget was approved, we took time to go through it and
Rescue
see
mission not
how
playing
much
you.
how much go to the people, how much go to the government. I mean, that one, the alarm meeting, we saw there 500,000 go to the speaker for 500,000
You
plus
serious?
for entertainment. So if you come to Morovia to visit him, he want to entertain you, that's part of the money there.
What? And then he got to entertain his BB dogs that he was flashing all over the place when he and his spouse.
Hey,
Then maybe the other one involved. Maybe.
listen, some people say the speaker dog live better than the Liberian people. The dog has a house, the dog has a maid, the dog has a walker, the dog has food 24/7.
And these were the people who are saying the worst thing about other people, pointing all the ills in other people's government. Now they are in power, now they're doing worse. Jesus Christ. When are we going to learn?
No, but Mr. Gayman, that is a news that I believe and I think Liberian people should do. That if it is true that the speaker's dogs, security dogs, are living better than most Liberians, that is a message to send. The people need to know that. Because Mr. Gayman, when you come back next time, will park the car you can ride from the US Embassy. I will walk you into places where you will see how Liberian people live with their children and their family. Then you will understand why someone like me sound the way I can sound or think the way I can think. And I don't think it's
Johnny,
a
I'm not
huge.
cutting you off, but I must commend you. You are one of the patriotic citizens of that country. Look at, despite the fact that you are a loafer man, most of the Lofians, some of them, not all of them, we see some of them doing uncle thing, nephew thing. But you stand for what is right for the people of Liberia, including your own Lofians. So I rather give it out to you. I give it out to you. Seriously.
Yeah, thank you, Sarah. It's not, you see, we have to change this mindset in this country about tribal belonging or regional belonging. We gotta believe that
I
Liberia
agree.
is a unitary state as it's written in the constitution. That's why I always say,
Absolutely
if
right.
I were to advise President Walker, I would tell him, do not appoint anybody from any county to be the county superintendent.
People like Joma
We
Jara, and you will never catch
this
him to
this
support anybody
issue
else besides Bwaka.
this issue of
Let me
of
say,
of decentralization and national unity, national unification must be entrenched into how we govern this country. Take me, for example, from Lofa Kande,
I
send
know
me to
you
Grand
need to
Crew
be in
or
that
River
comment
G
section. I don't care.
as a superintendent, right? Take a crewman and send to Lofa as a superintendent.
Yes, yes,
Take a crewman and send to Lofa
yes.
as commissioner.
Thank you, Johnny.
I don't have to understand the culture. When I get there, I will learn it, I will know it. We are
Thank you,
one
Johnny.
people, one Liberians. I
Yep.
have worked in all 50 countries. I have interacted with all the ethnic groups. From my experience, any government that will come to power, if President Bakari will come to power, must not send a local government man to Lofa as superintendent. No. Say local government man sent to Kimau or River G or Sando or Grand Crew or somewhere else. Say the crew man, grow man, whatever man. Let's make sure everybody across the country work for the country from every perspective. Don't think you go out from Lofa, I'm gonna go Lofa as a superintendent. No. Let's change that practice. And it was done before. I remember
Yeah.
it was done during the days of President Doe or President Tower. One of them, because I remember we had one man in Lofa as a superintendent. We used to call him Bada Zeze. And that old man was so forceful to ensure that
No.
the right things will happen in Lofa.
Yep.
You know. So I mean, that's one way we should do something. I mean, I'm thinking even we should even do as a national program. We take students from across the various parts of the country to go to other countries to go. Let's build schools, let's build homes there. Take the children from the southeast to go to Lofa and go to school in Lofa, in Bong, in Bapu, other places. Go to school from 9th grade to 12th grade. Take the 9th grade, 12th grade from Lofa, send them on the other side, let's begin to build this country as a unitary state, not on tribal or political land. That will help to build the country to be better. And that's my only understanding. So I don't really bother with whether I'm a Bandi mayor or Lower mayor or Pere mayor or Manigo mayor, whatever. I'm concerned about being a Liberian, and all of us must benefit from the national cake of Liberia. That's all.
Johnny, you see, Honorable Senator Chia wrote something this week. He said, it's a Liberian parable or in our Liberian parlance. And it has to be cultural or tribal universal. That means even though it may be said in Bassa differently, but it can still be said or stated in Bandi, Grebo. He said, if your house don't sell you, the street will never buy you. He was making reference to Liberia. He says, if we Liberians accept the notion that cursing somebody, abusing somebody, disrespecting somebody, it is sanctioned from the highest level, like Joseph Boyka did during the campaign. Like all of these folks, they including not only supporting Yeke Kolba to win, but he said they deliberately trucked in people from all over the country to make him to win. He said, now with that being said, and the country is now being engulfed with disrespect, how then can we now say the Nigerian prelate is disrespecting our country when we ourselves have denigrated the office of the presidency? We deliberately denigrated the office of the vice presidency, the office of the first lady. And now a foreign person, we the street now, we were selling ourselves. The house, we were the house now, selling ourselves, disgracing ourselves, denigrating our presidency. The street, Nigeria, and everybody else. Now you want them? You in the house locally, you selling your family, your everybody for cheap. And then you want the outsider to buy it at an expense. People say, no. You've been selling it in banjo. You know, banjo means 2 for 5. You can't sell it to be 10 for 1. No. So you've been cursing the presidency. You've been disgracing the presidency. You've been disgracing the vice presidency. You've been disgracing the first lady position. Not the person, but the seat, the office. And now somebody from outside say you are confused. You are so confused that your economic policy is confused, your security apparatus is confused, everything into your country is confused. And then now you want to go and appeal to the international community to come down on this man because he has disrespected the office of the presidency. Today, we talk about disrespect. Johnny, let's go to this one. The LTM boss, today he was cited to go and turn in the fake license plate he has. And they were trying to confiscate the license plate. The Lebanese man grabbed the sergeant of arms in the house, told the sergeant of arms not to touch him or touch his license plate. If you are talking about denigrating the office, this is a Lebanese man walking into parliament and they tell him to turn over the license plate. He told them no. And the sergeant had the audacity to go, and the man said, don't touch it. Can you imagine what we have come to, Johnny? I couldn't believe what I was saying.
No, Mr. Gayman, don't. I'm sorry that you don't believe what you're saying. There's a Liberian saying or an African saying that says, the way you make your bed, that's how you rely on it. So, I mean, governance has one characteristic. That is one characteristic that to do with dignifying your government, making your government or leadership be respected. But if you deal with people in the back with all kind of shenanigans and things, they will behave that way. You imagine, cannot the only man do such thing in Freetown or in Guinea or in Cote d'Ivoire or somewhere in the House of Parliament in those places? The same thing, you get reference with the message from you said Chie, right? From is it Chie? Like he said, if the heart don't sell you, the street will not buy you.
1
That is
minute.
the clear signal.
1 minute. We have tried to cue the video, but the boys are not in the studio. Let me just show you real quick.
I think I saw it today. I saw it.
I didn't see it. Where is that? Where is that Mr. Gayman?
This is
in the last lecture in Chimba.
in chamber. The Lebanese man that they call.
Are you serious? They say in our chat. They say in our chat. Click on it. Let me see it.
Yes, you probably let G's business.
Amen. I didn't see the thing.
The LTM, the gentleman who they gave the contractor to do the license plate.
So do they I don't know that they say what he using, I don't know.
Yeah, they say use
plywood.
Plywood. So today they call him into plenary, and they told him to turn the license plate that he has over, and the sergeant they told the sergeant on to go and get the license plate. And this man had the audacity in the chamber to tell the sergeant not to touch it.
Oh.
Yeah.
They're going to get a whole government in the parking now.
I mean, you can hear Mama Briggs saying, this is not supposed to happen. This, you can't do this in our country, and blah, blah, blah. But that's what it is. So, Chief, we are talking about disrespecting our government.
The people got a whole government.
And look, Mr. Gayman, like I was saying, this go in line with what the senator said about if the house doesn't sell you, the street will not buy you. To see a Lebanese businessman go into that sacred bidding into House of Chamber of Liberian Representatives, the Honorable House of Representatives, to begin to even tell the sergeant don't touch it, don't do this. That most of the man has, that courage is built in because I believe people in the government that are aligning with him or supporting him or in whatever way that have made him to be what he's doing. But and going back to that pastor, the prophet, like amen. Today I took some time to go into search for this man. In fact, this man Instagram page, I went to that place. This man doesn't just he gives prophecy on almost every situation in the world. And I saw some past recordings from the man prophecy that has happened.
Sure.
He made a prophecy on the U.S. embassy and some foreign missions activities in the change in the immigration system. Before those actions were taken, they are taken now. The man talked about the issue of Ukraine and Russia. He spoke about even situation in America with Donald Trump. He spoke about Nigeria situation with Tinubu. The man speaks about every leadership that today I told my time because I wanted to make real background check on this man. I went checking. I got posted one. I went to several. Even while I was driving to the home, I had it in my Bluetooth. Listen to the guy. I mean, the guy talk about Togo. He talk about Ghana. If I even said between now to September, I think the Ghanaian president should not temper around flying in helicopter. Right? I mean, he speaks about many things. He talked about Togo. He spoke about Guinea. He said the Guinean president should be mindful. There's something going on. In Guinea, he talked about Guinea. He spoke about I think Zimbabwe. He talked about different African countries and European countries. Even Nigeria, even Cameroon. He talked about even Paul Cameroon. Right? He even spoke about Senegal. That this man Songo who got one as speaker will be the next president of Senegal, and they will remove Benny or fear and faith from there. And he even mentioned about even football games changes have been made on in the coaches and things. So this man, because we don't want to hear about this guy, so let me do a background check. And I listened to several prophecies about him from him about different situations. People, family life, the Nigerian situation, Nigerian security, Nigerian police. He even emphasized something about Lagos, that the police should stop allowing people to sleep in Lagos market. Something will happen if they don't put it under control. He spoke about about Tinubu and about the political party called the APC or something. I mean, several. If you go on that website or even in his Instagram, you will listen to him making prophecy on many things in Africa and other parts of the world. So for me, I like to listen and put one and two together, then I observe. I mean, some things he said at that time they are not happy, and now they are happy. So I'm giving him some level of more observation to see whether the prophecy has some level of truth or whatever. But I think for all Liberia, we should listen to what he said. And if we act in a way that we change your plans, change your prophecies, it'll be better for us. We can't just go to attack him or try to say he's this and that. That's not. Today I'm saw people who are trust and believe in their capacity in their thinking, writing all kinds of things on Facebook on the publication that was on Facebook about his statement. I just look at it and say, well, that's Liberia for you. But look,
Yeah, bro,
with
right there.
Liberia, yeah, this man is a religious leader. Let him say what he has to say. We have Bishop Winger here. We got Bishop Cotto Brown here. We got Bishop. We got the
We got a
three
lot of bishops here. They,
we have the three bishops in the Catholic Church.
Mhm.
We got bishop in the Methodist Church. We got bishop in the Episcopal Church. We have several preachers here from the King. I'm going to say Harvest, let's call it group, Continental Harvest. We have one Mr. P, one Bishop P or Reverend P, somewhere in P, the Koda factory. They all have been seeing vision and telling things about Liberia, about leaders and anything. Leaders have gone to them for prayer, for forgiveness and things. So for me, this man statement he made, we should now find him as Liberians. Let's listen to him and see what happened on the ground. Does he, I mean, in his statement he made, he prophecy, do we have something that he said happening or not happening? If they are happening, let's try to fix them, make it better. If they're not happening, let's take preventive measure to stop them from happening, rather than fighting to fight the man. We can't fight the man. The man has his own audience. This man has audience across the entire continent of Africa and the rest of the world. From why today I follow on the man website. Seriously, you can check it out, Sarah and Mr. Gayman, and even those that are following us on the social media. Just tell the man name, and follow up on his evangelical preaching around, in Nigeria. You know, about Liberia. So now he's preaching, and probably the story comes to him saying about this country. Right away, he joins to that country and starts seeing what the country is involved with and what's happening there. So let's focus on our country and see how we can make it better. That's all I can say. Right? Can you imagine we went out of water for almost like 3 weeks. The water came yesterday, today again is off. That should be our concern. But because like Brentford now used to having constant flow of water, so they think that when water go 2 3 weeks, that normal life. And not normal life, we should have constant and consistent flow of water in every home in this country. Seriously, even in Morovia. Even if you can't take any all the country, but in Morovia here, what is that? Almost like 1/3 or 2/3 population like bro living here. We should have constant supply of water at every level, at all homes. You understand? Let that be our concern. Water is life. Water is hygiene. Water is health. Don't you know that? Oh man, I beg you, man. Let's try and make that drop better, man. I brought a small country, small population. 7 million people. We got like once a day. In fact, the population of Accra is about 6 million. So the whole Liberia is just the population of Accra. Now, I mean, 7 million of Accra and Liberian person have the same kind of problems to solve. And in Accra analysis, if the whole city of Accra population is about 6 million, and the whole Liberia is about 6 million, right? Let's try to do things for our public benefit. Let the country grow better. The young people growing, they're growing with a lot of ambition. You see, young people today, I saw some children coming from the WIAC exam, and I look at them, how imagining what their vision, what they think about their country, what are we living, prepare for them to come and inherit from us. All the young boys and girls that came out doing their exam today, I'm looking at them. For me, Mr. Gilman, when I'm driving to Morovia, sometimes I can even forget I'm driving because I see the issues unfolding in front of me. I look at how people face it, I look at what's happening. I'm wondering how can we fix this country so that our population will benefit and be proud of being a Liberian. It's not about being political. For me, I don't really care about politics. What I'm concerned about is what can we do to make this country better so all of you that in the US will be proud to say I'm a Liberian. That's all, Mr. Gilman. That's all they do in this country. Seriously. I didn't have to go through spending all the money to come post solar on my house. I didn't have to because I need light. That's all. Because I know LEC will not be regular. So I get to sacrifice my time, put my solar in my house. So right now, I don't know whether LEC can go or it can't go because I'm not dealing with LEC anymore. I just forget about that. Every month I get about the $20 current just to keep it in the system. But my entire house is solar. Day and night I'm solar. My ACs are on. Right now, I'm sitting in my living room here. I have solar on. But that money I spent on solar should not have been spent on solar. Should have been spent on other things that made progress in my life.
Yeah,
But because of my system, my government is not able to provide energy 24 hours, so I got to go through going solar. It was expensive to go through that. I paid for that for almost a year. I paid for this solar.
yeah, but Johnny, that you see, that's why when people say when you invest in something like solar, you enjoying the benefit. You don't have to rely on anybody. Okay, while other people complain, you say it's a one-time investment and maintenance. At least you can sacrifice your comfort, your wife, your children, your friends. So you got a little light. It's good. But let's go to this one here today. The other called the Interreligious Alliance. The Interreligious Council. No, before we go to that, let's go to the breaking news. The President of the Republic of Liberia, Joseph Yuma Boakai, have fired Sheikh Kouyaté.
Yeah.
The President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Joseph Yuma Boakai Sr., has fired Sheikh Kouyaté because the House informed the President that there was a vote of no confidence. Now, Johnny, is Kouyaté a victim of the system or victim of a man who is conflicted, who bloviates, a man who says something that he is not? You think if Sheikh Kouyaté had gone to the president and said, Mr. President, this is what I got. Based on all of the aforementioned report from the State Department, from GAC, from Global Witness, from everybody else, this is it. 66 out of 68 concession agreement was bogus, signed by this legislature. The B Mountain thing signed by this legislature. The 25-year extension of metal steel, it is this legislature. The oil block that was flipped by the Nigerian man, that this legislature. You name it. So why is it that I should apologize for something that is factual? Instead, he decided to go and do denial and a quarter with him. Your take?
Yeah, Mr. Gayman, government has so many things, but it's very simple when it comes to being ethical in government. Mr. Kouyaté made a statement regarding the way our legislature performs when it comes to concession agreement. And I think initially he wanted to go apologize, and then at some point he said not to do anymore. But this man were accompanied by the president's chief of office staff, the minister of state. And for me, in my belief or in my understanding, once the president chief of office staff accompanies a government or presidential appointee, it tells me that this person enjoys the confidence of the president, or the president is the one that has instructed his chief of office staff to accompany this man there to go and deal with the matter that is at hand in the legislature. And after all the rigmarole, the legislature now pronounced vote of no confidence. I think if you can recall, maybe 2 weeks ago we had the same issue. I said this come up, probably the president is aware of what will happen next. And of course now this may have been dismissed. Now the point is this legislature and the executive branch have very, very good relationship. Whatever the president wants done in the legislature, the 49 members and other people there, they are all prepared. Whether it's in the best interest of the people or not, those 49 plus members are there to always go by what the president says. So if they can, and I'm sure they are the same group again that came up with this, who have no confidence, including other members, and maybe 1 to 50 or more, or everybody. So obviously, you will not expect the president to not respect the vote of no confidence. He will act immediately to make sure that that relationship between the executive and the legislature is, I mean, and the lower house. Yeah, I mean, generally the legislature is maintained, is cordial, so that we can continue to sail smoothly, for the next 2.5 years or 3 years. So, I mean, typically, Mr. Kuyate, I mean, if he stand by himself, he stand by his word. I mean, he believes in his own dignity. He stand by what he said. Fine, he can go about and say, give me how long you should go ahead and have a press conference, even clarify more that my action or my statement I made, I stand by it. If it's the reason why I'm being dismissed, fine. He can even go out, if you have evidence of those things you talk about, let him expose it, let people know. Let people know what he said, how true is it, and why he was removed. The level between he and the president, because the president has the power to appoint and to dismiss. So that is it. So Kuyate has to just come and let us know, provide more evidence to us about the statement he made regarding how these guys can sign a concession agreement on all the kind of conditions he talked about. So that's my view on it.
But like I said, I don't think Kuyate would have been in such a trouble if he had stood initially by what he said. But you went into the house, you said the president told me to apologize, so I came to apologize. So the post said, fine. Say you came to apologize now, go and do your retraction. And they gave you all of the obstacles, the knowing. It was never meant to resolve any issue. It was meant to humiliate you because you, Honorable Johnny, you've been in conflict resolution all your life. Okay? During the old days, in the Bassa tradition, they said if you did something egregious to somebody, you should go and lie down flat on your face and hold the person's feet and say, forgive me. In public, in the town square. It was to me, it was never meant to reconcile. It was meant to belittle you. In some instances, they say you should lie down on your back and the person will take either step on your face or take his thumb and put it, the juke it in your face. Total humiliation. Now, anyone who does that and think that you are getting even, you are making it, you are creating more animosity than reconciliation. If Johnny and I and Sarah, everybody got to say, Johnny, Jerome wrong you. Everybody say you're wrong. You say, okay, Chief, I retract it.
Sorry, guys, I've been multitasking.
It's all right. I see you doing your hair and all that stuff. So, Johnny, it makes sense.
Get me out.
But Johnny, for me to tell you, say you have to come in the town square. You need to lie down flat on your face and hold my feet and beg for forgiveness. That's not reconciliation. That's humiliation. That's punitive in nature. It only prolongs. It only perpetuates that. That person will never forget. They will set for you, like we say in our country, we set for you, you will do something someday. So when I saw what was happening, and I was very surprised at Dixon Sibo, who made a ridiculous claim that this man go on the air 4 times in a row in the same radio station where he was sitting in the same seat 4 times and then published 4 times. I mean, that is terrible. Sarah, that's my take. I think it was.
Yeah, and I think that's why they tried to get him to tender his resignation quietly, but he refused. He said he was not going to resign. Let them fire him. Okay, but I think they wanted him to resign by himself so that the uptake won't be bad. But the fact that he refused, so they had to fire him because that's what they wanted. Okay, so this is the government. I don't know. It's like they rescue government, rescue came to rescue, but rescue is doing everything in reverse.
Rescue is doing everything in reverse. And I don't know what are they teaching the next generation in terms of governance. People can say something, people can criticize you. Criticism is meant to make you stronger, to make you to do what is right. I mean, it hurts. We all get it. It's not going to make you feel good. But at the end of the day, if you continue to do that, you're going to silence everybody. And this is the same attitude we're talking about they carry to the men of God. That man, that Yoruba man, that man got cool blood in him. That man got cool blood in him. The man is ready. You know that when I listen to the man video, he said, Jaja mean fire for fire. You ready? I'm ready. You cannot go after a man of God for a vision that he, according to him, his God told him he saw. You know, what is that? Even our pastor and our bishop in Liberia, they see visions. They see visions about ministers. They see visions about the members. You will silence everybody because they say you confused or you're not doing what is right. Come on now. They prank us all.
Well, Papa Prankers, let me welcome Victor Nagbe. Victor Nagbe, thank you for coming to class late, but you all right.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Gayman.
Victor. I'm happy he's here.
Yes, thank you very much, Sarah. I heard all the beautiful things that Johnny and Jerome try to say about you. You know,
don't be that wheel.
You know how you have Martinian qualities and all that.
You know, in the fries.
Don't be that Pewee. Don't be that Pewee.
But you know what? I agree with everything he said. So, but it is good to be with you guys. I had to, Jerome, I forgot to inform you. We had a crucial vote today. Today is our board meeting. And so there are a few items on the agenda that we wanted to show support for. And so I had to go back and, attend the board meeting. So
the school board meeting?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Items. Yes.
That's important.
Yeah. So we had to go in there and show support. But it's good to be with you. Quickly, let me first, I know you have some things on the agenda, but first of all, happy birthday to our boy. You know, you met our boy.
Well, I'm finished talking. You caught me up. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh.
All right, go ahead.
Now, go for your Rivergene people now. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I didn't know I've been to Rivergene. I've been to Rivergene. I've been to Rivergene. I've been to Fishtown. You know, I've been to Kehleboe Fishtown. You know, I've been to River Bear. You know,
let's go.
You know, I've been to
Town.
They closest the woman kid of Rivergene that do good.
I've been to Kamara again. The little Garguah and family from. So you know where those places are. I've been to Town again.
The closest she ever been to the Rivergene that do good.
Yeah, but with Sarah's permission, let me wish happy birthday to our boy Smith Toby, media director for the CMC. Today is his birthday. He's a very nice guy.
I'll get my own birthday to my people. Anyway, go ahead.
Yes, hardworking guy, and all our colleagues of the CMC. Happy birthday today, and God bless you all. Also, there is a meeting today that was held, a diplomatic engagement by the political leader of the CMC,
use our platform to get money.
Today the Pan-African Alliance for Development and Progress had a dinner engagement with the CMC, the entire hierarchy of the CMC. Congratulations to the team. We are trying our best to sharpen our foreign policy pedigree. And so this kind of engagement, when Musa is here, we do everything possible. Having met with his colleagues here, whether it be the House of Representatives, Rhode Island, or in Delaware, or in Maryland. So let him continue to sharpen his foreign policy chops. So congratulations to that. Then there is a public service announcement. The Honorable Musa Bello was recently appointed in the House to head the committee to review the high cost of doing business with the port. Well, tomorrow he will be holding his first conference. The press is invited. This meeting will take place in the conference room of the House of Representatives at 10 a.m. Liberian time. So I hope Myean and the team will be there tomorrow to cover this. But, at least for once, somebody will be in the Capitol building, in spite of what we saw today.
He beat up by himself.
Exactly.
And make sure he doesn't sit in the wrong chair.
Yes, but let me say this to Speaker Kuhn. You know, he's been removing people, removing cover, removing Yeke, but Josiah Marvin Cole, he's backing up the wrong tree. He is backing up the
because
wrong.
Marvin go support the CMC now, so he backing on the wrong tree.
Josiah Marvin Cole is no pushover. First of all, he has to cut the salary of the people who he said do not attend session. That is on the table. Now he's trying to remove Marvin Cole, and almost all the House rules you need a 2/3 majority. Where's he gonna get a 49? You know, if he had any sense, he would know how difficult it was for him to get a 49 to remove Kofa. That's because the rule of law caucus sticks together. So let me remind Mr. Speaker, you need to go to work. You need to get your people to go and justify the fabulous salary that we're paying you people. You want to go to session twice a week. Where in the world will you see that you want to go to real work twice?
Getting 500K for entertainment.
Thank you very much. You go to session on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Our people
and we're giving you gas. We pay you $15,000. Every 3 years you get a brand new car. You get $50,000, $100,000 for community engagement. Where will you find that? So this whole thing about going after Josiah Marvin Cole is a distraction. I think the real story in this news is why aren't the people going to work? If he knows what's good for him, he better get up and smell the coffee. They are meeting there. If he doesn't know, they are getting ready to move on him. You know, news break. So I wanted to put those few things out. Congratulations to the Lone Star, Jerome. I heard you congratulating. I was shocked today when the game started. I didn't watch it. I was, following it, online, not live. But I was monitoring the score. It was 1-0. The next time I looked, it was 3-0, and then ended 3-1. So yeah, congrats. Maybe the new coach, maybe the changing the coaching staff might be doing something good for the team. But congratulations to the Lone Star. They became victorious today over the Leon Star of Sierra Leone. We're all
is it an African Cup they're playing, or what kind of game is that?
They're qualified. These are qualifying rounds.
Yes, qualifying round.
No. Actually, it's friendly. Is there no round? Your friendly might be playing.
Oh, these are their friendly. Okay.
Yeah, you're friendly games.
Okay. That's good. I want to congratulate them as well. I want to congratulate the Blue Star.
Did an excellent job. I watched the game. Like I said, I've seen the.
Can I finish my line, please?
Please go ahead.
Yeah, I actually wanted to take this time to congratulate Jefferson Tambakoji. He graduated today. They had a master's degree in government, according to what I heard. And also, I want to say happy birthday to Isaac Doe and all of our senior militants, brothers and sisters out there that are celebrating their birthday. I want to say kudos to you, congratulations to you. Also, our political leader is in New York, Manhattan, making headways. Okay, I want to say kudos to our PL, man. He's doing a great job out there. Even though the people don't worry about him, he's living his soft life over there on that side, minding his business, doing what he needs to do. I want to say kudos to the PL for that. Also, like you were saying, Mr. Nagbe, the other night we were on here, you're saying something about Tamakoji, that he did this, he did that. Tamakoji is not, whatever you said or heard, please put your video in the chat room so I can see it for myself. Because Jefferson Tamakoji, they did not harm anyone. In this game of politics, people say things to intimidate people, just as the rescue mission is doing. Tamakoji did not even go that far. So for you to come on this platform and was saying all kinds of things about him that night, I wanted to come on to push back, but it was late. So I'm here to tell you, whatever it is that you said Tamakoji did, I stand to be corrected. Please post it in the chat room so I can see, because I know he did not harm or fly. Everything you heard over there was nothing but propaganda and nothing but lies to go after this innocent young man. Today he walks out of a college or university. Why his sanction did not affect him? The sanction they lie on him. The day he did this, he did that. CDC people died, they know both. But now the people that are in power that know both, they're making all the mistakes that CDC never made, that government never made, going after a clergy. because of vision, or firing or ambassador because of his free speech. All kinds of stuff. We got important things in our country that are affecting our people. A young man just died the other day. He took his own life because his little business he was doing, his little business that he paid so much money for just to keep him afloat. Rescue mission went and broke his place down without any compensation. That young man took his own life. If you go down to the nitty-gritty of things that people are going through, you will come to find out that there are more important things that this rescue mission need to focus on than to be running after people for the free speech. It's not going to help them. Liberian people are going through a lot. You said that people were suffering during a weird time. You can't let they're suffering worse. You ain't supposed to be thinking about how to curtail the suffering. Then you're running behind people for free speech. All the minimum, insignificant stuff. You're running behind people for. President Bouaka, please, Papa, don't let your 42-year experience go in vain. Do something for the people so that they can see that you're doing. All the things you're doing over there, you're working in the shadow of CDC. We see nothing fresh. We see nothing fresh. No new ideas. You're just working in the same shadow of the people where you say they no broke the door. Come on now, hello.
Sarah.
Wake up, people, wake up. So I will stop there.
I just woke up.
Agio.
Let me say this. First of all, congratulations to Mr. Koji on his achievement. I'm happy for him. And I hope this will help polish his governance posture. But I say this, Sarah, and I will say with no equivocation, I will find the tips. Jefferson Koji is on record. And I said, this is the word I use, spewing bellicose rhetoric. This man was threatening people. I'll find the tape. Making such remarks as this space, you can't be this space here. Who do you think will defend this space? This is the mayor of the city of Monrovia. He was not the brigadier general of the CDC. That kind of rhetoric, it tramples free speech. I said he went on the university campus when Emma Sawyer died. He took the children on the university campus. I will find the tip and put it out here too. I didn't say anything that Koji didn't do. He said that his success victimizing, and he got sanctioned. That's what Mr. Gayman said. That's what he said. That's what's in the press. And I was saying, no, he needs to go back and play his own tips, his posture. This man was behaving as though he was the commanding general of the armed forces of Liberia. In a democracy, this was not a military government. This was a democratically elected government, and the mayor of the city of Monrovia is assuming a posture that portrayed him as the commanding general of the Republic of Liberia. That was not his job. Those are some of the things he did, I believe, and I said, that led him on the sanction list. And I will find the tips, I'll put it in the chat room, you see. I know you know.
So somebody's expression now can put you on a sanction list?
No. I
didn't say those were the only reasons.
I didn't say those were the only. I said those are some of the reasons.
Okay.
So, but again, congratulations to the young fellow. And like I said, I hope this will help him now. You know, as I think he intends to come back. As he intends to come back in the political space, he'll be more polished. You know, like the children say, Jerome, more suave. You know, and bring more. You know what I'm saying? More suave, yeah, and you know, and bring a little bit more. You know, a little swag. Little swagger. But congratulations to him. I don't know where he's going to practice. He's sanctioned. What he's going to do?
Where he's going to practice? Are you serious? Is he sanctioned from his country?
He's going to do that Biltwaa way then?
The country he went to school in, is he sanctioned from that country?
What country he went to school in?
He can practice anywhere. I don't have to disclose where he went to school. I'm just telling you, he's only sanctioned to America.
All right, congratulations for graduating from nowhere. I mean, wherever he went to school.
I don't have to disclose where he's from. I mean, where he graduated.
Nagbe. So you see, then Nagbe need, right? No, listen, that man need Nagbe. You don't call it, don't say Victor Nagbe. It's Victor Nagbe. Nagbe. Hey, you want your need go to Nuku Town, West Man. That's call it need Nagbe.
No, when you talk to Jeff Koji, congratulations to him.
I know.
Yeah, but anyway, Mr. Gayman, I want to make a correction. You know, so somebody in the chat room got to correct me here. Balance day was not secretary on Lofa. He was holding for Bon County, and he was from Lofa. I was just making reference on.
I forgot to mention that Barnett Joseph was superintendent when I was on Cuttington.
For Bon. Yeah,
yes.
Bon County. Yeah,
yes,
Bon County.
yes,
Sorry, I made a mistake.
Yes.
Bon County. And he's from Lofa.
The soup. He used to kind and have and eat well in the dining hall.
And what you said,
Yeah.
I totally agree with you. I think that should be the form of government. Any government that comes to power should have a diverse blend of people from different counties, you know, into different positions. We don't want to see just one group of people, you know, just have different. We have 116 counties, right? So let people be represented in these places. Just mix it up. Yeah. I think you have an effective government like that instead of just having, because I don't know. I think it'll be good.
I mean, I would very like to go to serving Roji as superintendent of Roji County.
Yeah.
I'll be happy to serve there.
I think Johnny.
No, I love Roji.
I think Johnny is coming from a good place.
I think you can do a good job there. Yeah.
I think Johnny is coming from a good place with this recommendation, but I don't believe that is the solution to what is ailing Liberia. I don't think we have a personnel problem. We have a dysfunctional system. You can take anybody, put them in a functional system, and they will function. I understand. You can say we had that during my parents' days. We had Lomapo in Barobo as soldiers. They couldn't speak one word of Barobo, but they were the soldiers they sent over to Camp King. Grofakin. You went to Barobo.
Oh yeah, my man.
Grofakin. We had.
So Grofakin where? That's a nice place. Grofakin.
Yes. My uncle lived down
there. Last time I had more cow than human being.
Yeah, man. You know why you don't change your thing, but you say, "Oh, Johnny, the only lover man we go behind uncle." The man just substitute one lover man for another lover man. I got a lover man. Anyway,
but to be frank, Sarah, give me 1 minute, right? Sarah, that River G, that Myean County, basically Barabo connected with to Grand Crew, right? You see that the I don't know why is it that way. They got more cattle there, more cows, more bulls in that place like Sunday.
Yeah. That's where territory is.
Yeah, and the thing is, and if the road gets better from Sino, from River G or Maryland to River G to Grand G, like Morovia, I prefer to go buy my cow from River G County or Sino County, or Grand Crew and Barabo area, and then buy my cow or anything from Guinea. Because those cows there are short of fat and stuff. I mean, very good breed of cow in that place.
That's true.
So and one thing I can make there is that when I went there with the women grew away with, and we encourage them to do something to make themselves self-sufficient, they begin to raise cattle for themselves and women group.
All right,
after
Johnny,
3 years.
Johnny,
yeah.
Sorry, we'll carry on. My bro here is giving me information. I don't know if you can highlight. He said Jefferson Tambakoji graduated from a university in Israel. The university didn't get named, but at least we know the country now.
Hello, everyone. Glad to be on.
Hello, Telvin. Good to see you.
Thank you.
So,
what coach you got? Undergrad or grad?
The university.
Private school in governance.
Yes.
Yeah, grad.
So he got his undergrad from in Liberia.
Yes.
Yeah, from UL.
I didn't know that. I thought he was an undergrad.
No.
Okay. Well, congratulations. Can we talk?
What's on
congratulations to the young man. Let me add my own there, and I echo what Mr. Nagbe said. I think hopefully, he'll be more refined and speak on a graduate level.
Thank you, Telvin. Thank you very much.
When you take graduate classes,
I'm listening to Dopoh. I listen to Telvin. Yeah. Telvin, thank you very much.
No. I mean, we were all for education. We promote education. Sometimes even as a city mayor,
I don't expect you to listen to me. Sorry, I'll tell you.
No, it's okay. Come in, please. No.
I don't expect him to listen to me.
Even and not only for him, he's a young man. The bright future ahead, of course. But just when you sit in public office, the way you speak has to be a representation of your education, your experience, and all of that.
Victor.
Yes.
And so hopefully you'll be more refined. I really thought I undergraduate he was going for a set. Let me see that for English. So
it says he's earned a Master of Arts in Government from the Lauder School of Government Diplomacy and Strategy at the Richmond University in Israel.
Israel. Okay.
Look it up.
Well, that's good. But you know, I mean, we're thankful for the degree. You know, the degree is one thing, but how we show ourselves there as a representation of the degree that we carry, that's a whole ballgame. Because some people can have double master, triple PhD. When they open their mouth, you will stay on the other side. You would have wanted to even got undergraduate, but we have it for the young man. We already have it for him.
Congratulations,
it will
Mr.
help
Cookie,
him.
Yeah.
You know, huh? Yeah,
No,
I
I join you in congratulating you.
Yeah. I always wish that this young man would surround himself with good mentors, and that he would be more polished, because sometimes his utterances, the pronunciation of words, and you just some of the things are just like, ouch. This is the city mayor of my country. So, but I congratulate him. I'm looking for a better approach.
Thank you. Let me send my shout out to the Liberian Catholic Diocese for standing firm on principle, on biblical belief, and on integrity. It said the Interreligious Council reverses its decision to endorse abortion on demand in the Republic of Liberia after the Catholic Church of Liberia rejected that it was against their principle, their doctrine, and because of their firmness on their belief, the entire Interreligious Council reversed course. Victor, I have to give it to the Catholic Church. I don't know what this says about this thing they call Religious Council. They are Muslims, they are Christian, they are Baptist, they are Methodist, and they have no principle. Couldn't stand on anything until the Catholic Church got involved and said, no, this should not be happening. And all of a sudden now, they saw the light and they reversed their decision to endorse abortion in Liberia. I think, Victor, you're the only Catholic here, but today I think you should be saluting the Pope and the Catholic Church for standing firm.
Yeah, I disagree with the church. Look, it's almost the same debate that's going on here. I don't think it is wise for anybody to decide what a person should do with their body. I believe this abortion thing is a woman's. I think it's almost like the same birth control debate that's going on in this country, Jerome. And yeah, I don't necessarily support abortion, but I also think it's a person's right to choose. I don't think it should be. I don't believe it should be legislated, or it should be, made mandatory by some organization, let alone the Catholic Church. Yeah, I'm a Catholic, but I disagree with the church on this. I believe they should find ways so that, look, there are instances that will compel abortion. Not just everybody who gets up, they say, I don't want this child, then they go and have abortion. So I think that blanket, that blanket decision to entirely banish, entirely, disregard the issues, the varying amount of issues, that present in abortion, I think it's wrong. I don't think that's appropriate. It is a debate that's going on around the country. It's going on here too in the U.S. here. But yeah, right to life, versus I get it. I understand it. But I think it should be conditional. I don't think it should just be across the board abolition, to me. And I'll leave it to the nurses here, the medical people here to chime in. But I think it's wrong. That kind of blanket abolition, to me, I think it's uninformed. I think it's uneducated. And I'm disappointed that the church will come out, in this kind of way that they did. This is, these are nuanced, and to just come out and honestly, I feel is wrong.
I disagree with you 100%. Victor Nagbe, I stand with the church. I think the church has some moral ground and have the moral rectitude to say this is not the right way to do it. We believe in the sanctity of life, and we will support life, and conception begins in the womb. And we stand with that. That's our Christian belief. I believe that's what it is. But the condition, the subject of this matter is the spinelessness of the interreligious council, who were able to flip-flop on the whims and the caprices of the Catholic Church for standing up for what they believe in to be right. Let me go to the ladies here before I go to Johnny. But I believe the reason that Liberia's population cannot grow and Sierra Leone is smaller than Liberia, but they got twice the number. Guinea, the same thing, all the Muslim countries around us here, the Islamic countries, their population are 2-3 times the population of Liberia is because of foolishness like this. Abortion should be only allowed when the life of the mother is on the line. Emergencies. Let me go to the lady. Let me go to tell me I'm not a woman, but I stand by what I say.
This is a conversation that I shy away from because I may have a bias view. I stand with Mr. Nagbe on this one. My body is my body. I own it. You can have your religious belief, what the Bible says, whatever it is, but you can't tell me what to do with my body. And so that's why I stand with it. You know, you can't tell me, you don't know what circumstances under which I'm carrying this, you know, I got pregnant and how to do it and when to do it, you know, what happened to me, and to tell me because I'm pregnant, you know, I need to carry it. I mean, it's wrong. It's my body. I do whatever I want. You know,
Thank you, David. And no, Jerome, let me remind you, you made a comment. No, you made a passive comment, but let me push back on that because I know you will let us sit and percolate. One of the reasons people are deserting the Catholic Church is the Catholic Church is in bed with the Republican Party here. Don't you know the bishop? No, the bishop issued a pastoral letter to support Donald Trump. Even though I'm a Catholic, I disagree with that. This is one of the reasons why people are deserting the church. The church has lost its way.
For 100 years, they were supporting the Democrats. The church didn't lose their way.
That was a good support. That was a good support.
And you know, and people, you know, I see people saying, "Oh well, you know, if you know you don't have baby, don't have sex." I want people to understand on what conditions people can have sex. You see that all the sex they can be consent. If it can be, you can be done with consent. Y'all don't understand. What are you living in?
This is why they had a caveat. They say rape or incest or the life of the mother.
That's not enough.
This is not enough. Okay.
No, it's not enough.
Okay, but you're not doing the baby by yourself. You're doing it with me. I got a part to play in it too.
No, but that's my body.
Well, guess what?
You see my t-shirt? I'm gonna wear a t-shirt today. If I saw a coincidence, my t-shirt said, "Not your body."
That's right, but guess what? Guess what? You didn't do it by yourself. Me and you did it, so I gotta see.
We don't want that's a whole discussion about itself. This argument, but you know, people are talking about different reasons.
Let me go to the nurse over here.
You know, I don't want to make this a gender thing. You know,
let me go to the nurse. Sarah, Liberia population been 1.5 million for whole 100 years because you know what? Go ahead.
No, Mr. Gayman, I agree. I agree. For me, I don't support abortion. But I think the whole thing is political. It's more political than anything else. I should have control of my body. I should make a decision over what I want to do with my body. I know there are times will come where it will have to do with, you know, maybe the baby's life and this and that. But let me make that decision. But their notion that political people or presidents or political party, because they, you know, I don't know. I think it's just wrong. Abortion is wrong, point blank, period. But everybody throwing their own kingdom. Salvation is salvation. Everybody have their own work to do when it comes to their own salvation. Okay? You can't work for me, I can't work for you. I gotta work for myself to get to heaven. You can't go to heaven for me. So if I do what is wrong to God, He will punish me. He will not punish you for me. So if I make that decision to abort a child, that sin is on me. It's not on you. So let me make that decision. That's how I see it. Let me make that decision.
Johnny, let me take us back to high school with the boys who were frisky, with I don't want to tell them myself, but we're jumping out of people's windows, sneaking with their daughter. We didn't know what happened there. After you did all that stuff, you didn't turn around to go by and say, you know what? You okay? So if the girl, high school, can't go home and she knew some old man that could help her about the child, we are all responsible for what she did, but we can't just put it on her. And we have always done this. Okay, we do these things and then we abscond, we run and leave her to face the wrath. So it has to be torso and torso. How do we talk to our young men that if you do this and this happens, you have to be the man enough to stand up and say, you know what, I'm with you. Both of us going to do this.
Yeah. And I agree with Telvi. What the point you're making is just one of the points that I was also, that's what I was saying, For instance, the situation that you're describing. When that happens, what do? We leave the opposite the kinja, the law with the woman to bear. In most instances, we're gone. Some instances will not even come out until after 9 months. And who's going to bear all the suffering? And then you say the lady cannot, she's tied. That thing is tied to her. She can, to me, I think it's immoral. I believe, like Telvi said, absolutely, it should be a choice, decision left to the woman because it affects her body. And then there are the instances where, in this day and age of ultrasound, they can tell you if the baby is going to have a normal life or not. And sometimes it may be wise. Not to bring a child into this world who is already going to be riddled with all kinds of diseases and incapabilities, infirmities. Why would you want to bring somebody who for this instance will not be able to even tie their own shoes? Why? Actually, I think you're condemning that person to a worse situation than allowing, for the fetus to. So that it should be on a case by case basis. But to just blanketly say, they kind of taking the shot of Hennessy, they didn't know what was it. Then they said the pass the decree, abolishing abortion across the board. I think it's uninformed and it's uneducated, and no educated group of people should do that.
Well, if you come,
Mr. Gayman, let me tell you, abortion is not a sin. They carry people to have more things that they've been doing that they need to bring forward. Let me tell you on this one. They were not about talking politics with Dango yet. Not that before.
They just said we're not here for that.
No,
let's move on.
They're so moral. Let me come for them. I want for my life. I want for my life. I wanted to be a nun. I didn't know how I managed. I was a little girl out there. They didn't know better.
And you became a nun?
I can tell you how you manage. When I one day, I can tell you how you
manage. Even that, I used to go there and be falling there. And then I used to be drinking liquor, drinking all I want, drinking all the things in that scene. That's
you can still be a nun.
Well, tell me that all you saw. You only saw they were drinking wine and things. Nothing else you saw.
No, they were doing things for the fun. They playing for the fun. They're all in that place for a short time. But yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yeah, but look. So let me say something, right? I got some background from the Catholic Church. Actually, for a matter of fact, I started schooling in Bonjema from the St. Joseph Catholic School, and I in fact, I served as an altar boy we have for the family there. Even the late bishop, I think Siki or whoever, when he served there as a priest. And up to 81, 82, I later came over. I spent some time in Catholic Church. I know all the details of it. But going back to this issue of abortion, we should not address abortion only on the basis of morality or on the basis of spirituality or religion. It's a social issue. Meaning, if you say no abortion, do you know the consequences of no abortion? How are we going to present? What are the measures we put in place to address those issues that come out as a result of no abortion? Right now, we have all different wayward children in Morovia called Sogos. Sometimes you think on the other hand, you say, well, And if Mora had done abortion, they would not even have Zogo among us here. But again, that's social problem. What has led to all the young men being in the street that will cause Zogo, that cause us all the embarrassment in the community. So to create, to say we having abortion should not be, abortion should not be allowed. People should get pregnant, allow them to give birth. Good. What are the social benefits of women that will give birth that don't have the means to take care of themselves? Because sometimes abortion got so many reasons. Like my sisters are saying here, right? The young men passing around the age of 18, 19, having fun with people dollar around the place, go to the guy get pregnant. They may have no opportunity to help the girl. In fact, at least even right now, most of the young girls at the age of 13, 14 getting pregnant around in our communities here are from motorcycle riders. Right now, once I got to have more than 5 girlfriend, young children. Because he passed around before 2 o'clock, he got someone found already 800 out. He probably one neighbor who they get one be on restriction of her parents and he gave her 150, $200. For her, that 200, 150, that big money for her for the day. She goes in the road to the nearby roasted fish or such or whatever to buy and eat some imported food by the market. She feel her husband can give her money. She doesn't know the future that affects her. So we need to look at this issue from the social perspective, the problems that are associated with childbearing. I mean, during the old days, our grandmothers or great grandmothers took care of their daughters and gave them the guidance as to how they should maintain or take care of themselves or take care of their children. But right now, go to red line. Almost all the young women are there that are doing better than they are single mothers. And the single mother issue is too much in Liberia. If you go to Red Market, Water Market, Water Market around, you will find maybe like 80-90% of the young women in this country are single mothers. What the father, that man go, I mean, we on his own. I mean, I here, I mean, this, I mean, that. The other day, I was talking to some boys who call Zogo. I'm going to call that name, but you know that who know them for. Right around the project, I'm talking about that. So what happened? The young man told me, my man, he said, Baby, I got 2 children. I said, why your children? He said, they in Basel, my man. Then you hear doing Zogo, what? Do you send money back to your man? He said, no. Do you send money support? No. Do you do anything? No, Papa, I just here hustling. So that girl that I maybe have had 2 girls back, they are in Basel with his mother in the village. So I'm just saying we have a lot of social problems associated with childbearing in the third world country we call global south. So we need to make policies and systems that will respond to these conditions if we say no abortion. And abortion could be, I mean, we can allow abortion on medical purpose and other reasons. But one of the reasons is the guy get pregnant, the girl way around, her mind got no means, father got no means, the young man not anywhere around. And then she got a thing on her, passing around with the pregnancy. Who helping her? So they go to, so they even go to hospital to address their medical conditions to hospital every other month. It's not easy for them. I'm seeing because I got sisters, family sisters in Loba. Just 2-3 months ago to call me. Oh, one of my late sister's daughter, maybe around the age of 13, 14 or whatever. They said she's pregnant. I went to Loba. I said, wait a minute, I'm pregnant the woman. And I mean, when you see, I said, you see the problem we're having here? Then you're calling me to take the ones who take my only children away in Morovia to send to you because we are one family. So it has a big social problem. So to just say no abortion, good. But are we ready? Do we have the measure to respond to those social issues that are associated with pregnancy and childbearing? Other than that, then we'll be living in the middle of nowhere. I mean, I was supposed to say no abortion because I mean somebody should be giving. If my mother had done abortion, I would not be here today. All about the show, if our mother had done abortion, we would not be here. But the conditions that will lead to our survival to be good citizens, to contribute to our society, and those conditions we should be considering in this discussion. So that's my view on this whole matter, Mr. Gayman. I hope I make sense to people on the show and my colleagues on the show.
Good. Tell me, the LDEA boss, today we played a video twice. He said the police brutality and the killing in Liberia is due to the Liberian National Police. Most, if not all of them, are involved into illicit drug, which is alcohol. He said the Liberian National Police and law enforcement are suffering from drunkenness. And he says the brutality, the killing, all of those things that are happening to the regular people, he says, attributed to drunkenness. So the police, even to go on the line and hustle for $5, the next thing you go know, They are the nearest drinking spot, getting drunk. Then they go out and disturb the people. This is a member of the Liberian Joint Security Council saying this about another member, another agency, institution within that same Security Council. I don't know whether they have called him in, but it is astounding what this man said.
He might lose his job.
I think so. I watched it too myself. You know, we always look at things on the surface, and we really need to look at the root of this. I don't like the environment or the circumstances under which he said those things. I wish he had said it, have a one-on-one talk with the leadership of the police to say, hey, this is a trend I see among your guys here. So, the drinking, and one of the officers said, in fact, they're not even drinking good liquor, they're drinking the worst liquor. He called the name of the liquor and all. But why are they drinking excessively? Are they tired because of the long hours they are working, because they're short staff? Are they drinking because because they're not being paid well? So whatever little bit they only got to go drink. I mean, there's several reasons why they're drinking, or they're not resting enough. So we need to look. We always know that police, there's a shortage of police and all of that. But why are they drinking? Some of them are just alcoholic, everywhere. But even in this country, some of the counties, some of the states, that it's the same issue. The police are overworked, and so they drink a lot. They get into all kinds of nonsense things, and some of them, they're behind bars and all. So I think, yes, he should be, so I say his bosses should reprimand him for, knowing, it's all about timing, knowing where to speak and how to speak. It looks like he's a senior leader. So for him be a senior leader, that was not the place to address that. You can't. This is a collaboration. You can't call your colleagues under the bus like that in the public. Go to the head of of them, and you'll talk about it behind the scene, and then you'll work those things out. But I don't think it was appropriate. I don't think it was timely for where he said that. But I think the problem still remains. We need to look to the root cause of this. Why is it happening? We got to go to the why. Ask the 5 whys. So that's my take on it.
Sarah, listen, I understand what Tuvie is saying. Listen, if you are at that level CEO and I'm at the CEO, and you find something, we all under the same canopy, and you see something chronic, instead of coming and say, listen, we have to do maybe in-service training. We have to, people who are addicted to alcohol need to go into training, or they need to go into rehab. You didn't do that, but at a graduation where you got about 300 people graduating, and the press and everything, and you're going around telling folks they are drunkards. They drink so much. Every water hole you go to, they go on the street and hustle the people. They get $5 to go and drink it. I mean, that's it.
Yeah, and the thing is, I agree with what you guys are saying. This is the reason why most times in some of these agencies, they need training. These people, everybody need training. In America, before you go do people cleaning work, they can train you. And they teach you the chain of command. When something happens, who you're supposed to go through, who you're supposed to talk to. Most of our people, I mean, he might be saying it from a good place, but it's just that he didn't follow the chain of command. You can't go and pour the way that people can say, you can't criticize the hand that feed you or something like that. It could come back to bite him. Knowing very well that this government don't respect free speech. They don't go up. They don't want anybody telling them anything. Whether they're wrong or right, they don't want anybody telling them. So for him to go and stay in the public, I don't know. I think he should have talked to somebody like, one of the bosses. But besides that, I want to ask you, why drugs still going to Liberia? Why we still have drugs going to Liberia?
Sarah, the drug issue is everywhere, though.
No, but listen.
Drug issue everywhere.
No, but that's what she's saying.
Understand that it was we that was taking drugs to Liberia.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's crazy.
12 million worth of drugs. 12 million worth of drugs. Why is it still going there? That's my question.
$19 million.
Liberia is a hub.
Johnny, that was the second leg to this question, right?
Okay, Mr. Goodness, sorry for going ahead of you, but that's the...
Yeah, the LGEA is part of the national. I had to call it the National Security Agency, right? The National Security Institute of Liberia that entails the police, the LGE, and all of these folks. For him, that is part of the President's Security Council to come out and don't address the in-house, to address it in public.
Yeah.
It says a lot about, maybe more about him than it is about the police.
Yeah, but Mr. Gayman, you know, I don't want to say, well, let me say something. We just heard from this bishop that says that there's some confusion, you know, in the system. So, you know, is it not an indication of what the man talk about in his prophecy, where we are saying things where we're not supposed to say things? Does it amount to confusion or does it amount to? And to be very frank, the guy who is heading the LD area now is someone that I really admire and I like his work because I worked with him several years on the Kalasanda program when he served as the human resource person. When we work together to ensure that we have this to rebuild the trust, public trust in the police system. And you're one of those that are very supportive of this thing, working with the how you call it group, the professional service division, you know, in the police, professional service division that are responsible to ensure discipline in the police system. So I think maybe we can. That's just, I was just a slip of tongue for him to have made such statement. If they didn't the one, if it was a Biago, because they got Biago, if he was the one that made that statement, I think that was just an error on his part. He knows where to present his issues. And that's a serious security matter. We have been presented in the Security Council meeting to see how they can strategize and plan towards addressing those matters. But one thing I also realized is that I may not be right, but I think the security sector is overwhelmed with the way they work. I mean, every morning when I travel from Queensville to Moroville, I kind of see the same sort of police people from morning hour until 7 o'clock, almost 12 hours. So I'm wondering, is the police running 12-hour shift or running 3 shifts? Normally, the regular shift of police system has been 3 shifts, 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours. So when you go home, you got 16 hours of rest, and then you can come back and be fresh and work. But I realized that the police look like they're doing like almost 12 hours work. And then when they all leave the street after 7 or 8, you hardly find policemen in the neighborhood anymore. They start putting some roadblock up, you know, like around Dopoh market. They put a roadblock to inspect vehicles or to probably, curtail the movement of motorcyclists after 10 o'clock and things. But to say provide security in the community and things, I don't see that happening. So I think it was just important for this LGA guy to just take note of what he observed, and maybe in a security council meeting, he can deliver there and tell them this was happening and we need to address it. But I think that was just a slip because there's somebody I think I know a lot that have a lot of professional skills in handling legal matters. But sometimes as much as you can be professional, you sometimes can just slip due to some emotional situation that come about. That's what I think. And going to the issue of I think you want to talk about the importation of drugs in the country.
Yeah, today the importation of drugs, the LGEA confiscated $19 million and $3 billion Liberian dollars, something like that. Crazy number of drugs.
Yeah, $3 billion Liberian dollars.
Yeah, of all places, RIA, the airport. It came through the airport. I mean, this has
which airline, brother? Which airline?
They didn't say it. They didn't say it. But
maybe it came from your end from the US though.
No, it came from Lofa. Listen.
Oh, it came from your side. We got airport in Lofa.
It probably came from someone African country.
Wow. Most
likely, it came from the US.
Most likely from South America.
When they put in comes here, I take a while go. You can't I want there.
Go ahead, tell me. Go ahead.
No, I really want to know the source. I'm surprised that even the RIA didn't even have a press conference about this. They should, even though LGA confiscated. I mean, it's a good way to go for them to do that. But I hope I hope that's all the reporting, because sometimes when they report 19 million, then it probably was 30 billion, and the judge reported 19 million. The other one they got in their bosom to go sell, because you can't trust these people. We heard stories about this in the past. Whatever they're reporting is not the true number. So hopefully this time it's the true number that they're reporting, and which I doubt. I really doubt that's the 19 million. That's 19 million. I think it's more than that, Mr. Gayman. Honestly, when I heard those numbers, I was like, 19 million times 2 or times 1 or times 0.5, you know.
But tell me, just when you make it,
other drugs.
yeah. But so in France, I come to that point. So tell me and Sarah and everybody. So are we saying that this particular agency that been supplying drugs to the country have been doing it on a slow basis, and now they brought a huge quantity, or is it the first time? Because I mean, I'm thinking through. Maybe they brought the first 1 million, 2 million before, or 10 million before it passed through. That's why now they're having 19 million coming. You know, I'm thinking, and is it that?
I don't think this is the first time. People,
and these people who were criticizing other
yes, when you really
no, but Sarah need a political part of it, Sarah. Let's look at it.
The political part is important because we have to be honest to our people. When
No, we will.
It's wrong. We are Johnny.
Yes, Sarah. Sarah, the first thing is,
we have
the first thing is,
if we have
what is Liberia's economy?
If we have a drug problem, we must identify that we have a drug problem and collectively fight it. United Party people made it out of politics. They said we are bringing drugs
you're right.
into the country.
You can take your position on there.
So the point, bringing drug into the country. While drug is still going in the country, where is not president anymore? None of the government officials in government. When the director of LDA said that government officials were bringing drugs to the country, they fired him. Why got fired that man?
So the point now is, let's tell you, for example, I want to ask, what is Liberia's economy to absorb $19-20 million of drugs?
Well, it could just be passing it through, Johnny.
Transit, exactly.
Yes. So because it's easy pathway for them to bring it into the country and then move it by road or by other means to other countries.
It might be exactly.
So it may not be.
But some will stay in Liberia.
It could be.
Oh no, of course you expect that.
It could be there permanently. That somebody, they've been doing it small because you know with fraud and all these criminal things, it's not a one-time lump sum. They started testing their process small. So they tested with whatever 1 million or whatever small number, 500,000, and now they feel bolted because guess what? Government officials are part of this. Don't get this twisted. They're in-house people that are facilitating this process. That's why make it easy for it to come through. I'm curious to know who the arrests, what arrests were made. If any of this would be legal conviction, who are involved in stuff like that, because this is not the one time. Their whole thing, it is not somebody first time bringing it to the country like this. Whoever that's tied to this is not the first time. They've been doing it small, and now
we know that the president declared emergency on drugs. So the president initially, I think the first year, he declared emergency on drugs. And that was when he even did a test and everything. So it should be a serious matter. We should be, and for me, I think once the president hears this, he must make this a priority for him to ensure that all those involved must be brought to book and be made known.
No, but it is shameful that something like this and of this magnitude that either the LDA or the government did not even talk about. Okay, we made the arrest. Who had the shipment, and we stay investigating what our state authorities were part of this or whatever it is, or even the airport. I'm not leaving the airport director or my own childhood friend. I'm not leaving it up. Both of them should have said something about it. This is a huge amount. This is a big deal. What a small or big, but this is a big deal. So they need to speak to these things. Maybe it's still early, but you don't have to say everything because I know it's a process for this whole investigation. But at least talk. Okay, we arrested this for this person. It was tied to this person coming into the country on this flight. All the things that people need to know. Preliminary, information. It's very helpful. Don't leave people to insinuate or just just be what if, maybe all those kind of things. These people don't take the time to inform people. They keep everything hush. Tomorrow we'll find out that 90 million is really 30 million. But we'll see. We're following the story. It's very interesting. I gave them credit for catching it. But this is not the first time, and more to come, quite honestly. More to come.
Yeah. Victor, the problem here, they had the they call and they call the press. The problem here was, or it still is, when we had the $100 million drug that were busted from the seaport. Everybody said it. It came from South America, Central America. Liberia was not a destination. Liberia does not have the population, the economy for this. It was bound for Europe. But then it was politicized by the Unity Party that it was George Weah that was bringing the drug to the country. Now that this has happened now on President Boakai, he has confiscated the people are saying, well, it's coming under your watch. According to your own rule, you are bringing the drug into the country because you said George Weah was bringing the drug into the country. Since he left, drug is still coming. So this is the yardstick, even though you and I know that this drug is not meant for Liberia. It has never been meant for Liberia. How many folks in Liberia can consume cocaine? Nobody, just maybe the top 0.001%. But because of the way they have made a bet in the past, it's now time to lie in it. This is what it is.
Yeah, I remember. I think it was 2021 or 22. There was $100 million drug bust by the CDC government. About a month or so, followed by another $40 million drug bust. And I have to agree with you that the reporting seems to suggest that Liberia is just a transit point. I mean, $100 million people got $100 million to spend on drugs in Liberia. So I think that is what is concerning. That Liberia is just a hub, and there are also reports of very active Middle Easterners in Liberia. The Blood Diamond and all of these things. It's believed that these people are using countries like Liberia, as a stopping point, to launder, kind of wash whatever, illegal way to get the money, and then take the money by arms and fund the war in places like, for Al-Qaeda and other places. So yes, this is concerning, and I think everything should not be politicized. I agree with you. The UP people, they made so much hay out of this, and now, the same problems are cropping up under their government. But I just wanted to mention quickly the concern that Sarah expressed about, this gentleman who is, going to the press with this information. What is going to happen to him. I just want to remind us that I think it was 2021 when the Whistleblower Act was enacted, which was passed, I think, in 2022. That act provides protection to such people, and they even there is a reward buried in there for coming forward with information that could help, abort, or save the government money resources. So this person, I hope, will be protected by that act and no retaliation against him. But yeah, this is concerning. All of this drug, again, we're talking about our borders being so porous, and we were talking about maybe beginning to invest in the drone technology to help us,
Someone, can you please mute your phone?
to help us, patrol our borders, because obviously we don't have the manpower necessary to do this. But you put 2 or 3 drones up in the air, and they can cover so much area and just send you the photos of what is happening. And they can even, you can instruct them to act, to fire warning shots or to announce, interdict direction instructions. And I think it will go a long way. So maybe that's something we need to look into. I don't know our security people. I know our security people. They're very well trained. Most of the time, the problem is they're deployed with their hands tied behind their back. They don't get the support necessary. But this is very concerning. So much drugs coming through the country, and of course, we also see our young brothers and sisters who have fallen victim to this. And I can tell you, I think those are the crumbs that are just dropping from the big sales that are intended for other parts, you know. And sooner or later, Liberia may be declared a narco state. That would sink us into much deeper problems. We don't want to go there, you know. So our guys in charge, they need to pay attention to this, you know, and help us, you know, do the needy, give the support necessary so that, you know, they can stop these dangerous substances, you know, continuously flowing into our country.
Yeah,
look at the lie. Mr. Give me 1 minute here. Look at the lie say Gonga knows.
I don't even elevate that, please, because I know for a fact, just 2 months ago.
So let's say, where the other job coming from now?
The Fuller guy that was arrested at the border with $1 million cash, young man. Wow. This guy might have been like maybe 21, 22. $1 million cash on him. That's on. I mean, a young man in his 20s.
Wow.
$1 million. That's why the police reported now. So we don't even know how much it was, but they reported 1 million. If they reported 1 million, just imagine what it was. One young man. So this is serious stuff. We can't politicize everything. We said it.
This is where we need to try. Yeah, Mr. Gayman, right now, everybody having doubt whether the amount that reported is correct or not. And this is where we need to try to make sure the public trust in the security system is improved. The fact that we are, we are sitting on the platform and assuming that they did not, probably they got more and what we're putting this on, clearly indicates public trust issue with the state security system. And we have to make sure we improve that sector. Other than that, it will be hard for the security sector to be effective and efficient.
No, they have to make sure, not we. They have to make sure that
when I'm saying we, I'm just thinking as all collectively as a government people, and we need to do the best thing to improve this. Other than that, once the citizens don't have trust in the government system, there's a problem. There's a serious breakdown in governance. Yeah, we have to try to improve public trust.
I like the idea about the drone and everything, but Mr. Nagbe, sometimes the drone they have dead spots, and stuff like that, treating people. I think the drone is good. We should use it as a force multiplier, but not for total reliance. But this government, we don't like to invest in anything other than the pocket or most government. It's like you just wasting water, they say, on door back, because they're not even going to welcome such idea, because things like drones and cameras and those things, you got a whole team at the border at the same time, and you got technology to help to enhance that as a force multiplier.
Right.
They will pick up those spots that people can't pick up, but they're not looking at those things. They're looking at changing their cars and how to put money in their pockets and things like that. So
and Telvi, you're very right. The force multiplier and a deterrent. You do that at 2 or 3 border crossings, the war will get out. The war will get out. And then people will think twice before they try to come through the border. Now, again, that is just one aspect of it. But the problem is, Delvi, most of the hard drugs are coming through the airport. They're not coming through these open border points. No, they come through RIA. That is where the problem is.
Yeah.
So we invest in more cameras.
Yeah.
Because more cameras, more drone treat people, pay the people good. Especially when you fight in joy, you gotta pay the people good. You can't be, I think about what in time they have a bunch of volunteers. Are you kidding me? You are volunteer, and somebody can give me $10 million drug. You think I'll come to leave it? I will take it to go pay my. That's just human being. You can't be paying somebody volunteer and somebody drug dealer getting $10 million worth of drug. Pay the people well so they can have no reason to steal. Pay them well.
We saw the report last year, I think. A Liberian journalist, I think it was Martin Collins, who says Liberia had 180 entry points,
right,
and only 42 had at least one person. So if you got 180 and you got only 42, that means you got another 138 that just open, people just going in and out.
Yeah.
So the drone thing would be a great help.
Yeah.
Like you say, once the people know that, who knows who's watching, that is a major deterrent. But yes,
but you need man presence, though. You need human being presence.
Oh yes.
You tell me, but I can tell you this.
Now you got nothing.
Yes, I tell you, my son is doing coding and programming. You'll be shocked how much one person can do with technology. You know, this thing might not require more than 5 or 6 people, you know, but they map out all these points and put them on the wall, and they will monitor them in real time.
Yep.
Yeah. If you are in the immigration services, you are getting free advice here. The drone, no, even the terrorists, Al-Qaeda, they call them Hezbollah and all these people. They utilizing drone.
They using drone and cameras and all these surveillance.
That is a new frontier.
Just need a network person, a network engineer to go mount those things, and then not just somebody's job to just monitor those cameras.
Imagine, Jerome, a big country like Russia having problem with Ukraine, or a big country like America having problem with Iran. Now the drone, the drone technology that people are using.
They change everything.
They change everything.
Today, today Putin spoke to the Duma. Told them that they are having.
That's the legislature now for journalists. So you can go, you know,
telling them that they got shortage of fuel because they called Ukraine are blowing up all their storage facilities all over the country.
Yeah.
The last time they had a 500 drone went all over to St. Petersburg.
Yeah.
And blew up all the facilities.
And I was listening to Jerome. Sometimes they say it took 2 days to train some of the people. They think, where are you? You take somebody to boot camp. You talk about months and months and months of training. That's all that thing that those are gone out those days. You know.
Yeah.
You take 2 little college kids. They sit down in one room. They're blowing all stuff. You'll be shocked.
Yeah. They just sitting from there. I think all day they take shifts and they just monitor that thing all day.
They joystick those kids got.
Yeah.
They can use multiple. I mean, they can multitask and do thousands of things at the same time. Can you imagine a 7999 drone is knocking out a war tank?
Yeah.
$10 million tank.
Yeah.
A $79 thing from Walmart is doing that.
Yeah.
So yes, we can. You know, we don't have to remain. Liberia, according to the stat, we all say it here. Over 60% of its population is under 30. These are babies.
And listen to what our friend Face Electronic, I think he has never experienced it. He's talking about autonomous unmanned. We are talking about man. We're talking about autonomous unmanned drone. You program at the border point and set them loose and get an instruction. You're going to do whatever you got to do, and they'll be in charge.
We are talking about GPS system that you can program. You know where all the border points are in the country, and you plug them in. I was here when a guy from the University of Florida was doing survey in Bassa, a place where they wanted to go. He used the GPS system here and pinpointed a spot.
Yep. They got people that work, and I know Liberian people that are into that. They got to work. They just put up those sensors, put up those things. It's a one-time setup. They set it up, and then the rest is just monitoring. You're just monitoring, and once you get those alerts, you know, you pass it to the next person or you act.
I know my friend Isaac Tupai here, and this is not a shameless plug, I'm not advertising, but he's into some group here where you can sit down here and survey your lane Monrovia. You know what we're talking about, the same GPS coordinates we're talking about.
Yeah.
You know, so these days there's a lot of things technology will help us make life so easier. You know, we just have to, you know, do the right thing like Telvi and Sarah was saying, invest in the right thing. But no, why? Because it takes away the chopping. All of this balkanized, you know, this tax, you know, this convoluted governance system is for the chopping. You know, the people still doing flat receipt. You know that thing, the room where they put carbon copy in between, you know, they're still doing that in Liberia.
With a Liberian flag on it. Look, when you go to Liberia and you start seeing these guys, they are competing with degrees, right?
Yeah.
I got a PhD, I got a this and that. And then you look at the American system, look at the West, some of the Bill Gates.
Yeah.
These guys, most of these guys didn't even finish school.
Most of the boys ain't even got college degrees.
No, they were freshmen at Harvard and MIT decided they saw something. Mark Zuckerberg, all of these people that have changed the world, they didn't have any PhD. But you go to Liberia and you don't have PhD, nobody wants to look at you. They're not looking at your performance. They're not looking at outcome. Nothing. Like my other friend was saying, you can't tell me anything. I have a PhD.
Yeah.
What do you mean? You have a PhD in something that has nothing to do with what we do here. You don't know it all. Then he said,
yeah, that won't be used.
Yeah.
And newsflash, PhD is organic. It breathing, it living. You gotta keep watering. You gotta keep doing research. You don't just pick it and put it on the shelf. You gotta keep watering. Like I said, irrigating it. You gotta keep doing stuff with it. But some of the PhDs in 2020, I would say 20 we, you just get it.
Nothing who they won't be used in the garden.
It is something. You have a PhD in some agriculture.
Show me your publication. What is your peer review paper?
Let
me see what you do. What you do the PhD? Yes. Don't put a flag on your table and just tell me you announce me.
When somebody comes, you point to it. Man, I'm a degree here. That all they do is somebody get like Van Gogh got 4 AA degree on his wall.
What you know Fagon man 4 AA you go to 1 BSc, you know that, right? 2 AA together you go. My man, we're gonna go like, bro, Dopoh grapples at the they are 2 year guy. They say 2 AA degree put together at 1 BSc. So by the calculation he got master.
He got master all in the one. But when you look at the creativity of this country, when you look at Elon Musk, okay, nobody have ever said he has a PhD in physics or astronomy or anything. These are people who were born with ideas, and they put it to use. You look at Mark Zuckerberg, you look at Bill Gates, you look at the Apple guy that passed. All of these guys were not PhD folks. They had an idea, they saw a gap, and they decided to fill the gap. But how many people can get a 1 degree in political science? Got a degree in geopolitics.
Government international relations.
Yeah, government international relations and diplomacy and you just sitting there.
Yeah. My wife said the post with jealous. So let's stop.
Okay, that's good. Tell your wife. We'll stop here and we'll move on. But this is what it is. The folks will come and I was on OKFM. There was a guy that worked somewhere. He's a friend of mine. He's a friend of ours that submitted his report to the Ministry of Finance. And the numbers just didn't add up. And somebody called it and said, listen, it is erroneous. The numbers and the guy put it on the board and saw that the numbers just didn't add up. Instead of calling the man and say, let's reconcile, call on the show, say you don't have the authority to criticize me. I have a PhD. Even though everybody looking at his number, the numbers just don't add up.
They don't add up.
And now you're telling this man who has the right number, he said because you have a PhD, he shouldn't
they got the degree all over the head. It's just like they're wearing it like bachelor owner, like know.
Everybody in Liberia now, it's all about degree. I have a friend who I think he only his 3rd degree from the University of Liberia.
Jesus.
He said, I'm not getting any job. My wife just keep going to school. Jeez.
You gotta be refreshing. Huh?
Yeah,
what do you have to do, like, bro?
Since you had our first bachelor's degree 5 years ago, you are going to interior planting your cassava, you'll be a millionaire by now. But for some reason, you think by getting going to Babangida School of Foreign Policy or Government and getting another master's degree in what is it? What kind of record? Conflict resolution.
Right.
Everybody has a degree in conflict resolution, but we still fighting.
We can resolve the conflict at the border in Lofa. My man, let's move on, baby.
We got 10 minutes. Let's go to this one here.
Right.
We got 10 minutes, guys. Let me get Mr. Widow was confirmed today as the NEC director proper.
As expected, I passed.
Yeah.
Well, we knew that, but listen, it's a process. You got to go through the motion. He went through the motion. He has been confirmed.
Mr. Widow is ready to do his work.
Okay. Widow say you guys suspected that he was a partisan, but he had resigned from politics And then at the end, when they're asking, how did you resign from politics? He said, I sent in my resignation. Can you send a copy of the resignation? He said, you can't find it.
Wait, who he sent it to?
He said, you can't find it.
It's still confirming.
You and I, listen, you and I were going to
confirmation. He croaking the people, and I imagine at the elections what he would do.
And you and I were going
to find a letter that you wrote
to confirmation. You got everything because you know they're going to ask you. You have made these comments, and you know they're going to ask you. So you know you had it. First, they're going to ask you that do you belong to a political party?
That's the first lie he lied to the Liberian poor right there.
I will have my letter of resignation. They did the time that this
first lie.
I did it. But he said, I don't have it with me. I can't find it.
He said in my email, I will send it to you.
Yeah, I will send it to you.
That's the first lie right there. They're making a picture of that.
So tell me how can Widow redeem himself to give confidence to the public that I mean somebody okay, I'm hiring you now as a PR person to redo his image now, to make over now. You gotta make him sellable to the folks. How will you sell this man to the folks?
I don't know. Curious action. I'm curious to see how he's gonna win voters confidence. Quite honestly, I'm curious to see how he's gonna be independent, because right now the trust is in the toilet. You know, the fact
that intercepted thing, not in the toilet,
intercepted. So I'm curious to see, how he's gonna handle not only election days, but even from day one, how he's gonna show his independence. I turned on my resignation. Okay, it's sweet that talk, but let's see your action. How did you are? Yeah, so we'll be following him. It's boiled down to his actions. Quite honestly, Mr. Gayman, it's his action.
Well, gentlemen, you've been with us for 3 hours and 23 minutes. We got 7 more minutes here. We are reading all your comments. I'm sorry we were supposed to open the line for you to make your comment. I promise you tomorrow we'll give you an hour, entire hour, so you can call and vent. You can say anything about Sarah. You can say anything about Telvin. You can say anything about me.
Don't say nothing about me.
Why was that, Jen? I see the comment section today.
She doing her overtime today. That's it.
Jerome, if I may. Now I wanted to say, Senator Dillon, these are some of the things about him that disappoint a lot of us. Sometimes he takes a stand, and then you can almost read through it that it's all grandstanding. He made a good showing during the confirmation hearing, requested certain things of Mr. Widow, including his letter of resignation, like you just said. So how then does he? Look, there are instances here where lawmakers hold up the president's nomination until what they want. When it comes to all these people, they do it all the time. So this man go to the legislature, you demand his letter of resignation, that you say he resigned from Lionel, he doesn't present it, and then you go and confirm him. Why?
That's the point.
Exactly. Then what does that do to you?
They're just grandstanding.
Exactly. Tomorrow night,
they're doing something, but they ain't doing nothing.
Exactly. But let it be known that Mr. Widow has not been put on notice. We will keep watching him. I think he was surprised. I know a lot of people who know him, and they say a lot of good things about him. That he's a stand-up guy. So I hope. Congratulations to him that he's been nominated. But I wish that Senator Dillon has stood the ground. Quickly, I was listening in the back. I know we're moving on. You talk about Ambassador Kuyate. Remember we talked about this yesterday. We talked about it yesterday.
Yeah, I told my piece around me.
Yeah, that he would have been better served because we didn't see any more upward movement to his being in the government. Out of that, he was conflicted. But I was thinking about it, Jerome. Maybe Kuyate is actually smarter than we're giving him credit for. In a very perverted way, I think Cyril said that he allowed himself to be fired. So now he can go ahead and claim his bragging rights as that man who stood up to this government. And because of speaking his truth, he got fired. I agree, Telvi, his apology and then not apology, that's something he can brush up. But at the end of the day, he might be able to harvest something out of this, you know. But yeah, I heard you said today, I didn't even know that until I was listening to you, that the president let him go. But we knew that, you know, we thought he had lost the confidence of, you know, we said that, Jerome, we said, you know, President Bouaga was likely going to do that to him because the president sent him with instructions with the Minister of State. You go in there and you sit in camera and you say what the president said, then you go back and then you go on OK FM, and then you go back and retrieve every vomit you threw out, you took everything back in. How does that, you know, make it make sense to me? I don't understand that. But you know, I just wanted to mention those quickly. So, great show tonight. Thank you all very much.
Yeah.
Let me close. We can't get my trouble.
Yeah, Kami. I just wanted to say something about the prophecy thing.
Oh, Lord.
I know Reverend Dr. Tape have prophesied one time that the Unity Party will hold power for the next 200 years. Now,
yes.
He prophesied that. Nobody arrested him. Nobody said anything about him.
No.
So say Garguah. We got prophet on both sides. Go ahead, tell me.
No. That prophet thing, I'm trying not to say anything about it, but it's disgraceful hearing nothing. I don't know. I heard they were trying to verify the authenticity of the letter. I hope it's not true.
It is
that
true.
The Liberian government took upon themselves to write Nigerian government. I hope it is not true.
We authenticated that one.
It is true?
Yes.
My God, today. Oh my God. I saw the letter, you know, but I was hoping that it wasn't true because why would you even do that? I mean, who's advising who in this government? I mean, pastors and talk things all the time. Prophets say all kinds of things. The Lord say whatever it is. Some of them are true, some of them not true. And the reason I say some of them are true because I grew up in Mother Today Church, and I know that some of the things that most of the things the prophet said she said were true. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to doubt them. Lead them with a God, but to take upon yourself to go right a whole country because a citizen says something, you don't have time. You know, I don't know. You know, I'm disappointed in my girl, Sarah. Yeah, Sarah, no, I love her to death. But she's allowing herself to be used by these people. And it's embarrassing. If they told her to do, I understand why she's not going to what it's your boss say to do something, you just want to do it. But sometimes you have to push back on your boss. And if it means that you have to lose your job, so be it. You already have that international recognition. You don't need nothing from this government. You in any way, you helping them shine. So if this is the one thing that's going to make and break you, then they should have been. But to allow yourself to let them to read that kind of stupid letter and then for them to school you, your friend woman, whack you on the head, be you like ABC student, say, come sit down here, let me teach you sense. Since you got no sense, let me beat sense in your head. I'm too ashamed for you. I'm ashamed for my kids, Sarah. I love you very much, you know that, but you know what? I will not be that mother who will spare the road, will spoil the child, so I'm talking my own to you. So that's it. But Kuyata, I disagree. You know,
the woman gotta protect her job.
She doesn't need it. She need her money. She need them. You know, and they know that. I think she's sucking up too much. You know, and this is just one of the things that she's lost her brownie points for. I'll be very honest. This month, she lost some points on it. She shouldn't have. She shouldn't have done it. I don't care if she designated somebody to do it, but the fact that you got foreign ministry on it, she shouldn't have. She shouldn't have. I would say as it is. You know, on the LTA stuff, let me come back on this because somebody asked me a question and say, "Oh, Tamina, did you say that if they give you money, 10,000, you would take it?" Look, let me tell you something. When I'm talking about your people in your government. I said pay the people well so that they don't have to take bribe. Because if you pay them well, if a drug dealer comes to them and show them bags of money, they will not take it. But if they are volunteers or you pay them $50 and somebody show them $1 million drug, they will take it. If you understand the fraud triangle, you will understand incentive and all the different parts of the fraud triangle, why people commit fraud. If you pay me $50, or paying that worker $50 and somebody gave $1 million and the child got to do surgery or the child got to graduate or go abroad, they will take it to take care of their needs. It's just simple. It's that simple. I'm not saying somebody show me $10,000 show flow for my eye. $10,000 can't for my eye. I make way more than $10,000 a month. Can't for my eye. No breaking here. No money can for my eye. I went through the natural path of life. Everything in life I enjoy. Everything from small. Every stage of life I went through it. No money can for my eye. Nothing can for my eye. So let's settle that matter. Kuyate. Mr. Nagbe. Mr. Kuyate ain't get no brownie points here. He would have been a hero or whatever we want to call it if he had not allowed himself to go to that stage.
Be careful. That you're causing for Sierra Leone.
He was out here too.
If I'm Guinea,
give me a family first. Then the other people know that you can't spare nobody. If he had not allowed himself, when he sat in front of the president, he should have stood, respectfully. Say, why I say, whatever it is, because of these are my proof and whatever it is. I apologize to you if you feel offended because I called the legislature up, but it's about time that they do what they need to do. And if they feel otherwise, let's open an investigation or whatever it is. But he said that he apologized to Boyka. He agreed in Boyka's office that it was on stage. He was going to go to the Senate. He was going to be accompanied by Boyka's assistant, and he was going to apologize. You go there, you accept it, you sat down like a child. They tell you, say, you know what, go back to the same place that we don't want you. Tell them we were instructing and we're cheering. Go back to the same place where you did that and go apologize to the same place, sit down in the same chairs, in the same room, on the same station. Then you finish going on the newspaper, you say, Flon. Let me see that brain there. You say, Flon. You don't say, I'm not doing it. You say, Flon. You left from there. And then when you came outside, everybody started bombarding. I'm sure your family was disappointed, your relatives. I can imagine if you were even my uncle. Oh, I would have been firing at you. And then later on, you say, oh no, I changed my mind. It looked now like gross disrespect. Because now you disrespecting Boyka, you disrespecting the house. So they left them with no choice but to fire you. Because now you take the whole thing to gross disrespect. I told you to do something, we agreed to do something, you're not doing it, so I will fire you. So he got no brownie points here. No, nothing, no crown, nothing. He's a disappointment. He wrote his own history book. He will read it until Christ comes. You will read it. No moral, no ethics, no low.
Mama, now
Well,
for everything. I keep zero. With a post, got my points. They got my points.
That's right. Now, let's see. Tomorrow we had a very touchy topic here. We're not touching until tomorrow. This person said, "I am a guilty Catholic of allowing abortion during the war. A married woman got pregnant for me, and because her husband was out of town, she begged me to have an abortion." What a terrible confession. But we'll talk about that tomorrow. We're talking about being between the rock and the hard place. We're talking about morality tomorrow. I won't even talk about that. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Sarah, you go ahead, do your closing, honey.
Yeah, great show, guys. Great show. Always, as you know. It's just disappointing how some of these things are unfolding, especially for a government that was so loud with being the, quote unquote, educated, brilliant, they know everything about governance and stuff like that, and to just come to governance and just be, blundering like this every other day or every day is something else. It's just disappointing. Well, anyway, we'll not get tired talking. The legislature, the man that was fired. Which part are he from? Accra?
Yeah.
Liberia First Movement. He's a presidential candidate.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
He came out of Akko too.
But
he was also getting additional voters, but he's not going to get any because of this.
I guess they will fix it. I think he just, I don't know. You gotta stand for something. You can't be, wishy-washy about what you stand for. Stand for it no matter what. Okay? Now, I don't know that bad blood or whatever, they're gonna fix it among themselves. That's perfectly up to them. But you gotta stand for something. If you know that the people, we all know the people corrupt. The whole country know. What did that to her? Stand for something. You make your statement, you stand by it. Not for job business. Now that you end up losing the job, what are you gonna do?
Right. My mama, now yeah.
You made your mind change.
My mama, now yeah.
You made your mind shame. What are you gonna do?
You made your mind shame. You made your mind shame.
Okay, And to the United Party government, what about Benny, the Nigerian pastor? He said they're there. Fire for fire. Papi ready for you, okay? Y'all go write another letter. The professor y'all go to Daniel Chong court. The player will go. Y'all meet her.
Wow. Oh, he did another video again?
Yes.
You know Nigerian people that want to take their time.
People are going to use us to gain their popularity now.
Oh yeah.
You said I'm popular.
Yeah. They're not fire back. So President Boaga, you know your people, you ignore that old man. Why you got me a vision? You do what you need to do for Liberian people. People are just going through a lot of tough time. And to tell you the truth, you ain't doing nothing yet. You ain't doing anything yet, oh man. You guys have done nothing yet. For the kind of loud mouth you had is for 6 years, you ain't doing anything yet. Let them roll that to Nigeria, going back to the mother state. $8 million, $22 million going in Vla. You're stopping trucks from going on the road. But Tevi, come on now. How will you brag about a muddy road in a country like that they reinforce like I don't know what? It rains in our country. They rain heavy. Rainy season, you see people, your houses on floating. Things then you can brag about muddy road. Muddy road. 4 quarter on the road, then you can't talk to me. 4 quarter. Our country is 178 years old, going to 79. You can't come brag about muddy road. Talking about the road is pliable. Yeah, be pliable now. Ain't pliable again, oh, papi. You're saying people there to fix it. Our people need to go back there.
So they say the people got solar time. They say the people bought solar dam. Is that true?
What?
A solar dam to electrify the whole country?
No,
they're not CDC project?
No, it's a solar farm.
Oh, just a solar farm?
Solar farm.
Yeah, but I don't think it can electrify the whole country though.
No, 20 megawatts cannot. So it can do Monroe. How can 20 megawatts?
It's supposed to help relieve the pressure.
It's supposed to help.
Please pay attention to governance and forget about what people say. You guys were loud. People will be loud on your too as well. So you should respect it. Start running behind people.
But Jerome, I hope tomorrow, ANC, I hope Seleke come to ANC. The issue to raise, it looks like it's now going through. I understand the inquiry on the Lofa project. I think the LACC has responded. I think
the LACC has acknowledged the receipt for the audit of the Lofa project. Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Go ahead, Chief.
No, I was saying. I mean, even though a lot of people are saying, that for a moment the LAC they're not going to go anywhere, but at least I think the ANC has lifted that issue and is trying to pull it through the process. I want Seleke to come and tell us, how far it has gone, and what they intend to do to pursue it. But I think it's a good call. I mean, I said earlier, I wish they had lifted the issue at the time we did, but sometimes there's nothing wrong with that, taking your own time and addressing a matter, even though in politics, timeliness is very important. I would say you beat the iron when it's still hot. But, I just wanted to acknowledge the ANC for continuing to stay on that issue. We'll see how far they go with it.
Great. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow, same time, we'll be here talking about the issues in Liberia. Please support the program, support this platform. We're here to talk. And they say no hold bar. We ain't scared of nothing. All here, we got good job. You can't fire me. You can't fire Telvi. You can't fire this man.
Me, I scared of Telvi and Cyril. You don't scared nothing. I scared of Telvi and Cyril.
No, but
you had a conversation with her once to the church. I still be waiting for me to the airport. That ain't wait for me. I'll be there.
That's right. You might just show up in FOIA in your private jet. Okay, guys, see you tomorrow.
All right. Good night.